Don't fall for the trap.
Yo, you guys look good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How you guys doing?
Welcome back again.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Stu, you got a nice little jacket
right
there.
Show
You see me out there? Yeah, listen, man, it's
Brandon,
400 out here, man.
Yeah.
People, I know a lot of y'all wondering if I'm not bald.
Nope.
I'm not bald yet. I got a few years. My dad is about 76. He got his full head of hair, so I got some time going. But it's the 400 right here. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere. We customize it. You know what I'm saying?
Black and green. Black and green.
Okay. Know what I mean? I had to get something to match my Umi Dubs hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Umi Dubs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Went to the pop-up shop a couple weeks ago. My man Stu, you know what I'm saying, was there, took some good photos. SO, Umi Dubs.
Yeah, with SO collaboration. That's an SO collaboration right there, Umi Dubs.
What you got an interview?
Yeah, we got the interview coming up.
Oh, no, it's already out.
Isn't it?
It's out already.
It's out already. Oh,
yeah.
it's all right. My bad. It's out already. And also, I want to give a shout out to Haran Couture for this nice little orange joint right here. Nice, keeping me real fresh. You know what I'm saying? I got it with the gray leather pants on. So I'm telling you, we monetize, but still, I told y'all. I'm trying. You see these outfits? Come on now. I gotta keep them coming.
I like it. Come on now.
This is our little prop right here, Stu. Right? So prop, brother, prop. You also got to shout out your man. You got to shout out your watch right here because your watch just can't go unseen. You know
You're right. You know what? I didn't want to overkill it, but you know what? Shout out to Sam Diamonds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'm glad you noticed it. You know, it keeps me shining.
I'm glad you noticed it. Sam blessed me too. Shout out to Sam.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well since we bragging, this is Forever Switzerland. I got stylish, and it wasn't on clearance, but it wasn't expensive either.
You know what I'm saying?
and look, since we just throwing out stuff, right? And I didn't bring it upstairs, but I got my man Mike some beard oil from my man Van V12.
Fresh.
I got some V12 beard oil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to
Fluffy.
V12.
I like
you know what I'm saying? All the people when I come up, you know what I mean?
And Stuart still is making soaps. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, we're gonna get Stuart to make some soaps.
You gotta make it. You want to smell like Stu? That's a good smell right there. I'll tell you that right now. Smell like Stu. That's the name of it. Smell like Stu.
Smell like
Stu.
Stu knows.
You can't go wrong. But before we start, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah.
You gotta hit the like and subscribe button. We got great content. If you've been watching us up to now, I'm quite sure you like us, but we got some more stuff coming for you. Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Shout out to us. Shout out to us.
Yeah, I like you guys.
I like myself too.
I'm gonna go down the line. What will you listen to? What you listen to on your way in here?
I let YouTube do its thing. I threw on 90s hip hop.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you feeling like hip hop?
Microphone check. Yeah.
Oh, microphone check that. Like that. What you listening to, Stu?
That Diddy. That Diddy album. That's
just
that.
came
Yo, you can listen to
I heard
that.
that was a dope.
I haven't heard it yet. Is it good?
You can listen to that shit straight through, bro.
Yeah.
Straight through.
He bought it back.
He bought it back. He bought it back.
Did he always do that though? He just come out of nowhere and you'd be like, where the fuck did he come from with this dope ass album?
Royalties, albums.
Yeah.
Take that. And I've been on an old school vibe. It started with like over background music of the radio, but Lionel Richie All Night Long is a banger in the car, brother. I know you never heard it in your car, but it's a banger in the car. I promise you that. That and like BB and CeCe Winans Heaven is a banger in the car. I didn't know. I haven't heard these things in the car.
You be at the light jamming.
Yeah. Trying to get recorded on some random website.
Try to go TikTok viral?
Look at this guy.
Remember that dude that used to on the bus and he was dancing with the headphones on and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's how Tyrese got signed.
That's Jersey. He living by me.
Oh, you said you know him personally?
Yeah, he be on the bus. He be wild.
Here we go. See?
That's crazy.
Never know who you know.
All right, fellers.
Let's get it.
Nobody asked what I was listening to.
What you was listening to?
No. You know what? No. I'm tired.
He said, all right, fellers.
No.
Thought you was jumping right into something, but what you was listening to,
I was listening to
bro?
Game.
Game?
1992 album.
Oh, word?
That's my favorite album from
He might have just been born in the West Coast because all his people he listens to is West Coast.
I was listening to Mozzie. I was listening to Mozzie and the Game.
Yeah.
So
Transcoastal.
that's why I love West Coast music.
West Side.
Yeah, I do feel like that.
All right, leave it there.
Get off the bus. That's it. See? You see the tap?
Right into
You see
it.
the tap? That's the goddamn water. I'm gonna just switch the topic for
Go into it,
Shout out to Game. That 1992 album was dope. He got the other album too. with all the pregnant. I can't remember the name right now because I'm calling a brain fog. All the pregnant girls on the cover.
Emoji.
He's in the studio. No, it's Game did that one.
Game did it too?
Yeah, on the cover, he got all the women like actual pregnant stomachs. He's in the studio. Can't remember the name of it.
What's the significance of that?
Why didn't I hear about it?
Is it born whatever? Hold on, I'm gonna check my phone right now because that's what I'm.
How didn't I hear about that?
It's a while ago, but it's my dope
He
album.
had a bunch of pregnant
It was
women
after.
on his album.
It was after Nipsey died.
Shout out to this 30-second edit.
Born to
that's
Rap.
coming.
It's not getting 30 seconds. Born to Rap
Born to Rap.
with all the pregnant women on the.
That's crazy.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's my shit.
I'll check it out, but
Yeah,
That was
got the gym with Don
an
Kimberly on. That's my
awkward
shit. I
sell
was
right
listening to.
there.
Oh, it's cool. All right.
Let's go.
Not afraid moments. Moments of fear. When was the last time you were genuinely scared, you bigger?
well,
And I'm not talking about when you last time you ate McDonald's with chocolate milk and
that's not scary. What the hell would be scary about that? Oh yeah, you're right.
when you fall away from home.
I interjected before I heard chocolate milk. There's no way. I'm too old. Too risky.
Yeah. All them farts come with +1.
Yeah. They try to sneak another member in the party. No, I'm past. So
Let us out.
when I posed the question to the group, it was I had something else in mind, but then I was recently rear-ended, right?
Hey, yo.
And I didn't realize how much danger you could be in on the road, right? Like, I get it. Like, I'm avoiding jerks. I'm avoiding people being jerks all the time, doing things that's inconsiderate, but that really, really terrified
I
me.
had so many jokes with the rear ended and jerks.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I skipped over it. I know. I
it
skipped
go.
over it.
We're not gonna do this.
Smack my hand.
But I'll stay true to what I actually. So I wound up watching a video where it was a court proceeding where it was a custodial family court hearing, and the father was beefing with the mother about visitation, and it's terrified me to think that for the next 18 years, I will be living this way. I don't want to live this way, and it was absolutely terrifying to hear, like, because in that moment, of course, court is court, and everybody's putting on their best face. I felt like he was putting and doing exactly what not just the courts would ask, but anybody reasonable would ask of a father. And it just felt like it's scary to know that that isn't enough. That not only is it not enough, that we will argue over its validity. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I've totally surpassed the court's recommendations. I'm doing this that's way outside of that, and I'm still... So it really terrified me to be in that position. It didn't make me want to give up, but it still left a lot of questions unanswered. So that's the reason why I brought it up. Because even though it's not like a car accident or something dramatic...
Something physical. You're scary, like, from an emotional standpoint?
I was terrified to know that would be...
But,
that's
but let me
possibly
pose
could
this
be.
to you on that one. Well, it's hard fear, but if you know it's capped, right? You know it's capped at 18.
No, it's not.
No? You said 18 years, that's why. That's
The
why
reason why that it's not is because, not just without getting into the details of it, but the daughter who spends the majority of the time with the mother had stances that felt like, even though this is through their taking of it, right?
Yeah.
Their mothers and fathers taking of it. The mother seems to have gotten to the daughter.
Influence.
Okay.
And
Ideas.
in such a way, it's like, now, like I said.
So it's like a
again,
narrative or a picture is being painted of you saying?
to the worst person in the world, to your child.
Or
Your
and
child.
of you as the worst person.
Everybody else in the world, they come and they go, or they, whatever. But this person, you got to be with to the end. And like,
So it's not capped. I see what you're saying. So
That
it's not
happens
capped.
because it happens too frequent. It's not that.
did the law get outside? The law, you done with the law
Yeah.
at 18. But the negative attitude, that's gone.
You wasn't there for my birthday at 30, you still got to deal with it.
Oh.
Yeah. The broken home.
Yeah.
Recourse.
Or you was with Sean Tate
Yeah.
for my 15th birthday.
Yeah.
Sean Tate was high.
Mommy
Or
said
like
you ain't
our
want to
biggest
come around.
disagreement when DMX brought his son around a woman and he said that was a violation. And I go, oh, man.
Is that a violation?
Listen, I'm not talking about the particulars of that either. I'm just saying the most trivial thing can be twisted and spent into a horrible narrative. And that is terrifying to me. Because, like, okay, the court has a very bare minimum level of, like, accountability that they're asking of you. So you can bypass that by just being concerned. Obligation. Being concerned, you'll get past the courts, right? So it's not the courts that's the issue. It's the, like you said, the missing of the birthday, that one time, that one thing, no matter what it was, can be brought up 20, 30 years later, like, and I'll never forget that you did that. It goes, oh, God.
Yeah. And it's honestly, it's probably not even the event of you missing the birthday. It's the event of you not being able to provide your reasoning or your side. So they're getting that narrative from the other party. Your father ain't come because he want to be out with such and such.
Yeah.
So you never got to say, listen, I was at work and I was stuck for 3 hours. I tried to get... You don't get to provide that.
And your mom threw you an impromptu party.
Yeah, exactly. I never even got the invite.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. Like, I'm throwing a party today. Well, I can't take off work today.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless I just go, what's the name? Stu, what you got?
Fear. I don't know if I have a fear. Last time I've been afraid. Well, I do got a funny story. I had a bad dream one day, right? So, the crazy thing...
Your clothes was going?
No, not at all. Levi's. What the hell, Levi's? So, boys. You know, my lady...
They gifted me Wrangler jeans. What is happening here? Okay, I'm sorry. I hate to steal my phone.
Yeah. But anyway, you know what I mean? So, at the moment, like at that time, my lady at the time, right?
K-Swiss. All right,
Listen, bro. Let me get my funny story out, and then you can laugh later.
Okay.
So pretty much my lady at the time, where we was laying down, I was knocked out, and I think I had like a bad dream. We was attacked by zombies, right? So I the myth that say if you eat before you go to bed, don't eat before you go to bed, you have bad dreams. And I think I ate before I went to bed, and I had a bad dream. I was being attacked by zombies. So in the midst of me sleeping, I woke up and I bit her, right?
Oh, he was the zombie.
Yeah.
See, that was worth waiting for. That was the build-up.
See, that was the build-up. See, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think that was like, well,
So she had on Levi's? She had on Levi's.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So this is the savage mode of you. So you were being attacked by zombies.
Right.
He said, I'm going to bite him to death.
So then you decided to become a zombie and bite her when you're awake?
Listen, man, it's a dream.
The dream was over.
No, it wasn't over because everything I bit her.
The sacrifice?
But I'm just saying.
You get a 10-second grace period after you wake up.
Stu was like, I'm going to pretend to be one of them, but you got to go, man.
You better went back to
So you sacrificed this lady.
Hey, fuck it better her than me.
I'm with y'all.
Somebody gotta live. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, right?
Too late. Too late for that shit.
In all seriousness, I think my only fear, is being able to maintain, being a provider for my children and making sure that I be the father figure that they need to have. I know I'm not a perfect person, but I want to be a great father. And I think that's the most important thing. The only thing I fear in life is just being a great father. And other than that, I really don't have to. I haven't really been scared of too much. I don't think I've been scared. Last time I was been scared, that was like a hard question to ask. Yeah. Like fear, yeah. And I just think that is the only thing that it's a motivating factor for me because it keeps me going. Like, all right, listen, I got 2 doors. I gotta lock in. I gotta zero in because I gotta make sure I like to look a certain way. I gotta make sure they look a certain way. I gotta make sure they have what they need to have. So anything that I do now is implemented so it could, generate for them for later on in the future. So I think that's my only fear, just maintaining that for them. But other than that, I don't really have no fears about nothing.
That makes sense, though.
Jeepers Creepers, Mike. What's got those bumps on your arm popping up?
If I lost my book, nah. I'm gonna shout out 2 different events that I'll say, but I think they both tie back to the same fear. And I'll state the fear first. The fear that I have is not being in control of my own safety. And one specific event that y'all could probably find on damn YouTube was...
Insert clip here.
No, I ain't putting the damn clip in there. I was at work, and y'all know the story. I was at work, and I worked in a popular building, an arena, I'll say. And what happened was I was in a hallway that turned into a shootout. Well, not even a shootout. One person fired off a shot, but I was literally in the middle of a hallway, and the person not too distant from Kush fired the shot at somebody on this end of the hallway. Me not knowing if that person's going to be shooting back, I was in such fear of, how do I get out of this shit? One, knowing that I didn't put myself in this position, so I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for the exit door. Like, if I was to put myself in a situation, now I know essentially how I'm going to get out. Or at least
you motherfuckers, go ahead in the front.
I'm going to take some precaution knowing that I'm going into a threatening situation. But I'm at work. So that kind of put me in the same context of
they got what's the name there too?
Active shooters, like people that shit happens in schools. It happens. So that
metal
moment,
detectors and everything in these big buildings too. So you definitely not anticipating.
Yeah,
that type
I was gonna
of
say.
shit.
So you wouldn't anticipate that happening. But like I said, even if you're going out to an event, maybe, possibly. But me, again, at work, suit and tie, I'm doing my job. I'm doing my duties. Mm-hmm. But that shit happened, and I was frightful not of the actual act of violence that was going on, but damn, what if something happened to me, and like you said, I leave my daughter, and there's no way, I'm not going to say there's no way, but in my mind, there's no way for her to be provided for. Mm-hmm. So I didn't account for me dying early enough to secure that. So I was fearful of that. Another time it happened, I think it happened last summer. Last summer, I'm driving, going over a hill, and as I come over a hill, the guy in front of me is making a left. So instead of just waiting behind him, I'm going around him. As I'm going around him, some young, I'm assumingly say Mexican or maybe Central American kid, I'm gonna say kid because he's probably 20 in comparison to us. He's coming off the curb with his skateboard, but if he doesn't see me, I'm gonna knock his ass to the beach, and I don't live by the beach. So he's coming off, and I blow the horn loud as hell, like to scare him, but at the same time to have his ass stop. He stops, his skateboard keeps going, and when I blow the horn, he's cursing at me, but I don't know what the hell he's saying. Huevon, probably. And so I kind of just stopped and let him get his skateboard, and as he's coming across, my window's already down. So I'm like, yo, man, watch the hell out. And he turned around and pulled out, it wasn't even a huge Crocodile Dundee knife. It looked like he was probably going to work, and he just pulled out a little switchblade, but he had that shit like this, like right to my face. And again, in that instance, I think I literally I told him like, yo, man, go ahead with that bullshit. I wasn't fearful then, but after I drove away, I was like, damn, that could have happened so fast, and I'm trying to save his life. But in his fear, he was trying to protect himself like, this nigga tried to hit me with a car, I'll kill you. And again, that thought just processed in my mind like, damn, what if he'd just stabbed me in the throat? And now my daughter has to hear this story. My mother has to hear this story. My family has to be left, again, with the thought like, damn, he was just going to work. What the hell happened in that time frame where his safety and his security was not in his control? So those moments where I reflect back on it is like, damn, that shit was scary. But in the instance, it's like, I'm just moving through life. So it didn't process like if I was going to an event where I know it's going to be the potential for danger, then I could plan for it. But those days where you just actively going through life and something happens that's drastic enough to be like, all right, take a step back, observe some perspective, but at the same time, I was like, damn, what would I do different in that situation? Maybe not said something to him, but at the same time, he was on edge.
Hit that motherfucker with the car.
I was about to say,
send his ass to the beach.
I was about to say, I was gonna say, how did he get so close to you from the, you know that?
Because I let him go by to grab his skateboard, but as he went by, I was just like, yo, man, like, basically be careful, but I probably had the tone like, watch the fuck out.
You told that story like one of the plaintiffs. I said, be careful.
Oh, yeah,
and then he just walked up to me with a knife. No,
Your Honor.
He said, watch your fucking self, you moron.
He said, you El Menacone.
I didn't say
that.
So roll that fucking skateboard over and tell him, walk home, bitch. Sorry, excuse my French.
But tying it back in, that's my fear.
You know, I feel bad now because we used to make fun of you with that other situation. When you was in the whole way.
It can be funny now, but at the same time, again, thinking about Mikey. That's
Well, we
what
didn't see. Well, we
it
didn't
wasn't
see,
even my safety.
I guess we didn't see the dynamic of what was going on. It was just more of
on
you on
YouTube.
the floor.
It's
Hey,
and
why
you know
put him
what?
on the floor?
He was shots, yeah.
No, but why you put him on the floor? He
'Cause that
wasn't
was-
on the
That's
floor.
what normal people going to get on the floor. Shots.
Now you better on the floor. Only a stupid person on duck. You
I'm
dumb?
just saying.
And the reason why we laughed about it because it
Pop a
was
shot over his
it was the
head.
after effect because we already eat here.
I didn't know he was in that direct danger. I just thought the round went north. I didn't know it was like a, you know what I mean? I didn't know the particulars of it. I just thought it was funny when I saw him like, help me, please. Help me, please. Hot, the lava.
Come on, tell your damn story.
In the suit.
Yeah, he was sharp too. He was clean as a
He was
motherfucker.
clean. That boy clean.
I said clean.
That boy clean. When it comes to those kind of situations, I kind of learned to live with those. So, I mean, I'm not going to dive into physical fear. I think the biggest fear I have now is, I would say more scared now because I have 2 kids. And I hate to sound cliche, but you're in those situations where you're younger, you could be a cowboy, you could be in the club. You could be in a situation, like you said, you could talk to somebody a certain way. I think the biggest fear now is your demise coming before your supposed time. Or, you know what I mean? Or not being able to physically being able to provide for them. So that's where my fear lies now, is because certain situations you have to excuse yourself. You know what I mean? Now you have to even tone down your manhood sometimes. When you're outside, you don't want to start talking.
Boss.
Yeah, you got to be like that.
Everybody
Bump
boss.
you, and these young boys is crazy nowadays. And I don't even understand how, like, some of these younger people, like, I understand youth because we were all youths, right? But you got a kid at home or something like that, you are how talking spicy to somebody and they fly your head. Now, you know what I mean? Like you said, now people got to watch this on the news. It's different for me now. If I get into like you bump me or something like that, or hopefully the guy you don't approach me on the street and ask me for nothing and tell me to take nothing off, because that might not end bad for one of us and it's not going to be you.
And it's not a fit
not me.
moment at all.
I'm prepared for this one.
Yeah.
This one I'm ready for.
Skateboard man.
That what I'm clear about.
Yeah,
You going to the beach too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
skateboard man would have been dead several different ways, but that's what my fear lies. See, my fear is that somebody else may lose their life too, because my fear is that I'm not playing with my safety.
I feel like that about pets. Follow me.
So that's my fear.
I don't fear
let me
the
finish my
actual
statement.
pet.
Let me finish my
I fear
statement.
beating you up because of your cat.
My
I did.
my fear more so is for the other person. You know what I mean? Not to sound like a tough guy, but my fear now is that I'm gonna do what it takes to protect
react.
my family. Yeah. So don't put yourself in a situation to approach me like, yo, that chain is nice. Yo, that bracelet is nice. I'm not saying I'm tough, but one of us may leave this earth faster than we want to because you think that it's a good idea to approach me with that.
I'm going to paraphrase something I heard fairly recently, and if you know what I'm talking about, you can cut me off and tell me. But somebody said that one person would tell you, I'm the nicest guy in the world. Somebody else would tell you, I'm a complete asshole. Yeah. And you should believe them both because I'm going to respond accordingly to the situation at hand. Yeah. So if you approach this nice guy outside with that kind of, I might not let this one go. I might walk your ass down the street and flush you. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, that's a valid fear.
That's my fear now. My fear is to put myself into a situation that's gonna, you may get hurt. You know what I mean? Like that, because I'm gonna do what it takes to go home for me and my family at the cost. So I don't want to play that game. If I bump into somebody, hey, you're good to go. You know what I mean? I apologize. I'm fine. Unless you just blatantly just being a crazy person. You know what I mean? But that's my fear. My fear is taking myself from my situation because you want to be dumb, you know? And everybody now, because of social media, think they got to be tough. Brother, man, if you bump me or if you just giving me a compliment or vice versa or something, you know what I mean? You got it. I'm not. If you think I was looking at your girl, I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't want a problem. But if you approach me in that manner, I don't want you to go to heaven and meet God firsthand. And then I have to go to prison or something like that. I don't need that. That's not my lifestyle. All right. Right?
Haymakers.
What's the best way to? Yeah. He got me inspired. Shout out to Haymakers. He's inspired me now, right? I'm faking the fuck. All right. What's the best way to handle fear?
I think time, right? Even though you're talking about moments of like, you need like, okay, in between when I had the accident, right? When I had the accident. It was 2 cars in front of me that stopped in front of me, and then one car hit me, and then the car hit behind me. I didn't touch the car in front of me. But in that moment, once it was resolved, what's done is done. There's not a tractor trailer coming to plow or nothing like that. I needed time to just, before the guys got to my car, because I didn't hop out the car. They came to my car. And that moment, it was just like figuring out a bunch of things in my head. It was all in my head, but it had to happen now. So I guess fear, you can't really deal, like an accident, you can't, there's nothing you can do but put your foot on the brake, right? Like there's nothing you can do. But right after that resolve, you have to hone in on like just time. You just take the time. Don't hop out the car. That's what road rage is. That's what your situation is. The situation is, I think most road rages is like, oh my God, I'm so terrified that you almost killed me. Hey, you almost killed me too. You're being a jerk. No, you're being a jerk. And it goes higher and higher and things get out of control.
So time.
What about the cat?
Taking the time.
When does the cat come in?
Okay, so listen.
I did it.
He brought it back up.
I did it.
I don't fear pets. I fear that I will mistake, he's just nipping at you as an attack, and I will harm your cat, and then I have a problem now with the...
with PETA?
Not just the... No,
Animal society?
No, but you have the same problem I originated. So I'm saying, don't do things that's going to make you start filling out application for heaven.
I didn't do nothing, but what I'm saying is, when your cat drop kicked me in my chest, the only time that cat has ever touched me, she did. Full paw.
She used to do that shit.
No, well, she only did it to me.
Hit him with the Liu Kang.
She do it anybody.
Yo, she came, she ran up here.
She knew he was
drop
nervous.
kicked me, all four paws at the same time, and just darted off.
He was like, Check your Mario.
Check your heartbeat.
He checked your Mario. What happened to you, B? She knew what time it was. She knew who was scared.
Nobody saw it coming. No, nothing.
Get your cat. Get your cat over here.
I heard you needed a CAT scan. Yeah. Chocolate
What you
fondue.
guys do? What's the best way to handle fear?
It depends on what kind of fear it is. Something like that. He was like in an action mode, like, you know what I'm saying, car accident or whatever. You need that time to reflect, and then sometimes the certain fears that you have, it could be a personal fear, like for growth. So you gotta take that fear and you gotta face it head on. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it depends on what kind of fear it is. Me personally, I done been in situations where, you know, somebody about to back out on somebody else, and I'm standing right in front of them, and I'm mushing the dude who's about to back out on him because he with me, and I'm not thinking about none of the consequences or reactions. And then after the situation, be like, damn, that shit was crazy. But then it's not, I'm not scared no more because it's already over. So it's just like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? So it just depends on what kind of fear it is that you have. So if it's a growth fear, I always just say,
knock the wall down.
Go straight through it.
So face your fears. Tom, face your fears. What you got? What is the best way to handle your fear, Mike?
I'm going to literally say the same thing he said. I think you should embrace fear. I think fear, at a certain standpoint, fear is healthy because fear keeps you from a situation that could possibly be threatening to you. That's what fear is your perception of a threat. So if fear is going to keep you from a potential situation, like you said, that could harm you, either physically or hurt your standing in some way, then that fear is healthy because you're going to take cautious steps to approach whatever that is. But in that same instance, if that fear is something that you can conquer and in the long run is going to be better for you, then yeah, you have to embrace it. You have to approach it. You have to do what you can do to figure that shit out, whether it's being or having a mentor or approaching a new subject and, you know what I mean, diving deep into a bunch of books on something that you normally didn't know anything about. That's where you can approach fear from a healthy standpoint. But if fear is keeping you safe, at the same time, you can embrace it like that and be cautious. Mm-hmm. What about you, brother?
How do you deal with fear?
Mm-hmm. I think you grow, right? You grow. Like I said, I started with the approach, people putting you in a situation where you start to do things. I think you have to fear the consequence, right? And you have to understand the consequence, whatever the consequence. If the fear is going to jail, if the fear is killing a man, if the fear is getting killed, you have to understand what the end result is. Looking at the consequence, even like you said, if your fear is growth, right? What's your fear about growing? Is it fear that you're gonna make it or not make it?
I think for some people, maybe just taking them out of their comfort zone. I think a lot of people get comfortable in this level, and they feel like, you know, if I go up, this is going to be too much for me.
Right,
Fear
but
the unknown.
But this is the flip side to that, right? If you do nothing, you're
never
stagnant,
know.
right? You'll never know. If you do something, there's a 50. You just almost have. You just got your odds up 50%. So you're halfway.
You ain't preaching to me though.
Yeah, I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to the people want to hear the song.
You talking to me like, nah, I ain't the
I'm talking to
one.
the people.
I'm just talking to you know in general. You know
but
what I mean?
I think you have to understand, I think you have to understand the fear. And then by no means when I was talking about other stance was I trying to sound like a tough guy. I was explaining that in that fear, you realize that there's going to be fight or flight. Mm-hmm. You're going to make a decision. I'm going to make a decision that's either going to impact my life or impact your life. And I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I'm too old now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and that comes with wisdom. Like you said, you at a certain level certain age in your life, level in your life, where now you don't even have to worry about it because you already foreshadow and foresee what could happen over here. So you know what? I know what this environment is. I know what this crowd is like. I'm not going to be in this pocket. I'm going to be over here. Yeah. I'm going to deal with, you know, like Van came up and he was like, I don't want to be where all you motherfuckers be at. You know, I don't want y'all to know where I'm at. I want to be somewhere nice and chilling because you want to put yourself in those type of environments where you don't have those fears and you don't have to worry about, damn, if I wear my jewelry or if I wear some nice shit out, a nice watch, that somebody going to be looking at me in an awkward way because the people around you has the same shit that you have.
Or you got to, that's true. That's 100% true. You got to surround yourself with people with it. But you got to hit it quick, too. You got to smash and grab. Sometimes you go to the club, you can't be there till the club close out.
Yeah.
You got to be in the club, have your bottle service, and then halfway through your bottle, you just got to eat that course. You can't be like, I paid for this bottle, I'm going to drink the whole thing. You got to be like, fuck that bottle. Y'all girls can have it, and then I'm dipping.
Or you could have somebody like they could put it under their jacket and they could walk out the club. I ain't gonna say their names, but you know that's what happened.
Yeah, shout outs to you. We always appreciate what you said that evening.
Your services.
You know,
Hiding that for us.
Could y'all please stop stealing bottles out the club?
no, it ain't still if you bought
It's
it.
paid for.
Not the anger for both of you.
And I'm just saying,
You paid for it.
Pay for that. Give me back my bottle.
shit, you already overcharging me for a $50 bottle, so I might as well get my $2.75.
$700 for that Douce.
Yeah.
It's tasty though. In the club, it's tastier.
It's just the ambiance make it tastier.
Savor it. Just hold it.
There's many things that make it tasty.
Got to swish it around.
There's many things that make that tasty.
Could be the dog lights.
Yeah,
Dog lights make
yeah.
drinks
Dog
better.
lights, damn sure is.
Glitter.
Glitter when you go home that gets you in trouble. Why do you have glitter on your face and stars? Still arts and crafts with Mike.
Don't call me.
We were building
Come up with new shirt concepts.
we were building 400 posters. Glitter? Yep.
A diorama.
Yeah. Why do you have a bunch of singles? Because the machine wouldn't take. She doesn't take hundreds.
You know Chase give out singles now?
Yeah. Chase is a hero. The Chaser. Shout out to Chase Bank for that. Real heroes. You can go home with.
That is true. But you do know why. You know why. It's not because you need 50
Go ahead and read that next
to go
one.
out. It's because you got $7 left. And you want your whole $7 now.
I like that.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
No weapon. No.
You know that's why
Can you do that?
Chase do it.
Can you get $7?
That's exactly why they do it.
You
can get your $7 out.
You can take out $7. I don't think you can take out $7.
Yes, you can. If they got an ATM that has dollar bills, yes, they can. Listen, I've been here.
I'm about to. I was gonna.
You know what? I was trying to avoid that.
No, I was going down there. Listen, I want to hear from experience.
Listen, you ain't ever walk up to an ATM and go, oh, they only got 20s? I'll look for a $10 one.
No, because the $10 one costs $7.
I'm about to say,
right,
you
look.
might as well just get the 20. Or if you're going to go to the one that got 20, you might as well take $60, $70
I'm just saying,
out.
you're in a bad neighborhood.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
I ain't bought a regular dime bag in years.
People still smoke
A
dime bags?
dime. Let me get the dime.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
No. Yes. No weapon for. Listen, everybody, if you're looking for a discount on everything, follow Big on Instagram. I'm pretty sure he
I'll show
knows.
you how to get it for the low.
Yeah, he gonna get you.
Timu Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly.
No weapon formed. No weapon formed. I always fuck up your.
You can't read.
No weapon formed.
Take two, Klein. Come on, take two.
No, don't take two. Weaponized attributes. In what way has something of yours been weaponized against you? Now, I wasn't drinking today, but these words are like this.
It's a lot of them.
That's
It's a
yeah.
lot.
Oh, okay. So you. That's why I was fucked up.
I can still read them.
Don't blame that.
Because he did it. That's why.
No, it looks like I thought I was drinking.
I know what it looked like, and that's not a reason.
For me, I felt like I was drinking.
Okay.
I was confused.
Go ahead, come on.
Go ahead.
No weapons formed. Weaponized attributes. In what way has something of yours been weaponized against you?
I'm going to probably deter from the easy one. As a father that is not with the mother of my child, I think it's been real easy for my child to be weaponized against me in times of conflict with her moms. Like if we're having an issue and you say something that is not taken well on the other side, there's a possibility you might not speak to your child for a number of days, only because they know that it bothers you more than it bothers them. But I'm going to skip past that one. Y'all can have that one.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Y'all can have that one. But as here, no there. My intelligence, I feel like sometimes has been weaponized against me. I feel like I've been in verbal conflicts with people who would use the scapegoat. You think you're so smart. You think you know everything. Or if I use a word that somebody else doesn't use in their daily lexicon.
Ooh, you said vocabulary, said lexicon.
I did that on purpose.
Since I don't understand what you're saying, I'm gonna take that as disrespect.
Slighted. I feel slighted. But I feel like since I was very young, I feel like my intelligence has been weaponized against me. And another one that I feel probably rightfully so sometimes, but my anger. I think my anger has been weaponized against me because I feel like sometimes I haven't been afforded the chance to actually be angry. And that's an actual valid feeling that most of us have at some point throughout our day, throughout the week. You can get upset at something and then get past it. But I've been in situations, namely I'll say arguments, where I've been arguing with somebody and they'll say, well, I didn't want to tell you because I knew you would get mad. Mm-hmm. Now I'm more mad that I had to find out at a later date or from somebody indirectly when you could have came to me, understood I would be upset, but I have reason to be upset. And you know that, that's why you're not telling me. So if you're trying to avoid that, but at the same time making me the bad person for reacting to it, that's what I said like a little while ago. Like, yeah, I might be the nicest person on this day, and I might be pissed off on this day. But at the same time, afford me the opportunity to pick. I'm gonna tell
you this, I guess, in my spiritual growth, mm-hmm. I realized something, right? And as an angry person. Mm-hmm. I think people do that, and I'm going to give them a break because, not with you, I'm just saying with all of us. And this happened to me, and I had to reflect. Because we're so used to behaving a certain way, nobody wants to be in that path. So sometimes you have to show people that you could be, that you, like you said, I'm going to be angry understandably, but sometimes you got to take the step back. And I even had to do that with my son sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like, he's fearful of me sometimes, and I don't like that because I'm not getting my message across to him because it's just like, don't tell daddy because it's whatever. And I don't want that to be the thing. I still want him to know he gets his ass whooped. But at the same time, I want him to know that it's coming from a different place. I'm upset with you, but I'm not angry, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like
so a lot of times I think we with the anger thing, when you said the anger is weaponized against you, because it's like, fuck this, I'm outside, whatever your emotion is, and people like, that's not what I wanted from him. Mm-hmm. So I think you have to show people different. And I've had to revamp myself at least over the last couple of years to not be that person with my friends, with my spouse, with my coworkers, because at the same time, I'll shut you out. You feel me? I'll be at work not talking to nobody sometimes, and they be like, oh, here you go, petty kush. And I brought that up like episode 2. So yeah, my like petty, I guess for lack of a better term, because my education, now I'm going to weaponize it against you. My education is not that high or weaponized. I become that petty person, and I realize you can't do that always with the people that's around you.
Yeah, but like you said, I feel like in my anger, I can accept it, and at the same time, I want to accept it so we can figure out the solution to it. Mm-hmm. But if I can't figure out the solution, or if I don't know the problem exists until the problem is a bigger problem, now it's like, shit, we could have came to a solution already. This could have been swept under the rug, but now we've delayed this to the point where I'm probably twice as mad. And again, if you're not allowing me that opportunity to do so, then I feel like you're weaponizing my anger, but at the same time, my ability to emote how I feel.
I like it. What do you got, Stu? No weapon should form to get you shall prosper, my brother. What you got? You got the little angel thing going on there.
Oh, man.
Shit, he's out.
Oh, man. Well, for me, I would say my nonchalant nonchalantness to certain things, and moving accordingly to how people move with me. And I feel like a lot of times
They take your kindness for weakness.
they take it, but they don't understand. I already know what's going on, so sometimes they think that they're doing something that they're really not. So for that being in that mindset for them, it's like, all right, Stuart, I'm getting over, but you're never getting over on me. And I tell people all the time, I see things before it happen. I just allow people to play themselves out. So having that ability to sit there and like, I'm gonna let you play yourself. I'm gonna give you the floor, and I'm gonna let you, you're gonna have the dance floor, and then you're gonna bust your ass, and I'm gonna sit here laughing at you because I already knew this was gonna happen because your fucking shoes is all fucked up and you had bad heels on. But I'm gonna let that happen. So I think that, and then people take it as I don't care, but I do care, but I don't. So it's like a catch-22. It's like
similar trait. I got you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I care, but
It's like
I don't.
I give a fuck, but I don't really give a fuck.
So, and I think that's pretty much what they do. I think they could use that. Oh, you don't give a fuck about nothing. I do care. I just know you ain't shit. So,
have you done anything to change that, or like, are you attempting to change that, or is that just something?
Listen, I go to counseling. I try counseling. You know what I mean? To be more expressive of the bullshit that when people do certain things, it seems like I'm really concerned, even though I'm not. I'm really not. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna help you help yourself right now.
Right.
I'm gonna help you help yourself right now.
Be nonchalant.
In what way? I'm helping you. I'm not cutting you off.
Be nonchalant. Be nonchalant.
I'm helping you. Be nonchalant right now. Activate your nonchalance.
Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
It's a dialogue. Yeah, we'll turn us through that. In what way has something of yours been weaponized against you? And no weapon formed against you shall prosper, my brother.
My body has been used against me.
Here we go.
Did you put your body against your body, or somebody's using your body against you?
No, people believe because I'm a fat man that I should pay for sex. It's not
Okay. That's sad,
No,
but
it's
it makes
true.
sense.
true.
Yeah,
It's true.
I thought he was coming with a joke, but it makes
No.
sense. Tell us your ails and troubles.
It's not an L or trouble, but that I think that people look at me like, oh,
Sucker.
he must. He got to understand the protocol, right?
It's
big
value.
niggas pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go mess with a big dude just so, and then once that starts to knot, then it goes, well, what made you think I would? And they go, nothing.
You look like you eat well.
I just thought you like to go out to eat more. No, I don't.
That's why he ain't give that $15.
Where you be at? Where you be?
So like, you want some snacks?
It's only one person eating them snacks.
You gonna snack on these nuts?
How do you navigate through that?
I just let it happen. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need you to. I'm not Brad Pitt.
So
I
basically,
don't need you chasing after me. I don't need you sending your friends or nothing like that. But when me and you do interact and we do speak to each other, just know that I do not abide by big boy protocol.
Have you ever dived in?
What do you mean?
Like they thought this was me, so I'm gonna play it up.
No,
and then
'cause
ran
that
out,
means
and
you
ran
have
out
to
on the
start
bill.
Paying. What do you mean?
You ran out on the bill.
That's what I meant. Like, did you play it up and then get the hell out? Yeah.
Yo, hold on, let me go get my.
No, I mean, in the
pants.
moment, all jokes aside, like, in the moment, I'm a man. So, in the moment, if you put me on the spot for certain things, like, more than likely, I'll acquiesce, right? Like, there was a time I went to,
Chick-fil-A?
Nah. It was,
Not that time.
I went, well, you was there at the origin of this story. It's a long time ago.
Was the cat there?
Last week.
What I did was, I was like, yo, know what I'm saying, man? What's up? You looking fly. What's up with you? And she liked this dude. She really liked him. And I didn't like the fact that she liked him.
This is not me.
This is not who I am. This is not who I am.
He like, I do not fit in this person. I just don't fit. I don't fit. All right.
And I went out on a date, and then she's like, oh, so we just gonna go out eat with friends. Now, that made this guy who ready for anything type of situation a little bit awkward, because in this moment, I don't know the dynamics of 6 co-workers out going for drinks and you bring your date. I don't know what this is about to be. So I don't know if I'm about to have to put up more than our 2 drinks. Like, what exactly am I supposed to be doing here, right?
Sugar
like,
daddy.
I was totally uncomfortable in that entire person's body.
He said, I
And
am
then
not
the next
paying for
step-
nobody extra.
Yeah. Then the next step, we went to
Gotta
a
go to the
comedy
bathroom.
club. We went to a comedy club, and by then I was over it. And then she asked me. She said that she was a vegetarian, and I ordered buffalo wings, and that was it. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever went through with playing along with someone else's agenda. No,
It's pretty
Should have ran out on the
I
block.
never understood that though. Like if
I didn't run out on that bill either.
I'm gonna say this. I never understood. Like if your female invites you to go somewhere, where does it says in the protocol that you got to pay for all her friends?
That's nowhere.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
what-
nowhere.
That's
That's
not.
nowhere.
Yeah. I never understood that.
But it's there though.
Nah, it is there.
It's there. It's no different than
I guess I ain't been outside for a while.
It's no different than if you invite a girl over for drinks and she's gonna be on your bottle, right? She's gonna get a shot out of your bottle or whatever. If her friend tags along, then they're getting shots out of the
Oh, that's
bottle.
fair enough. If we no.
So
that
the
makes sense.
same concept applies.
If we in a VIP
you add 4 more people.
No,
to
if we
women.
no. If we in the VIP and I got bottle service, then her friends can drink off my bottle. If we at a restaurant and her friends are there, her friends are there. Shout out to your friends.
There was no rope that you
Yeah,
passed.
yeah.
That's
You
yours.
split that bill?
What bill? Oh no! So anytime I go out, like if it's like
the right
it's
answer.
four,
What
it's
bill?
4 of us here right now, and we paying for whatever. If the bill is 600, is divided by
us.
4 people. I don't care if you had water or you had a steak filet mignon. You should have ordered up, brother.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people I don't even play that game. As you can order
got your
lobster
25%
or you can eat a
worth.
biscuit. We all splitting this 4 ways, brother.
Either way, you paying for steak.
Yeah, you paying for steak, so you might as well eat some. Might as well buck up. Go ahead, somebody ask me a question.
Okay. So
Like
what
you
about
called it.
you has been weaponized against you?
I think my petty. And you know what's funny? It got worse after like episode 2. Was it episode 2 or episode 1?
It was
One.
like 2.
Petty was one.
Episode
Petty
1.
P?
Episode
Yeah,
one,
Petty
episode
P
one,
was
yeah.
one.
Episode
That was
one.
our first
Yeah, yeah,
episode.
It really get it.
Yeah.
Boy, that joint like a bazooka, bro.
Oh, you wore a petty hoodie on 3, right?
Yeah, like 3 or 4, I think it was. But it got weaponized against me. But it been weaponized against me because I have that similar trait where people think you don't care, right? So it's like, because I'm not calling your phone 8 times, because I'm not looking through your phone, or because I'm not doing this, you assume that I don't care. But it's not that I don't care. Like, my idea of a relationship is trust, right? I'm trusting you to leave this house or to go outside, or if I'm dating you or whatever the situation is for you to, handle people who talking to you a certain way. Handle the guys that's coming toward you, right? Whatever way you handle it. If you say it in a nice way, if you say, oh, you are cute, oh, whatever y'all do, the answer's still no in a nice way, right? I don't need to look because I don't need to associate what your no looks like, because then every husband or boyfriend or whatever is going to feel like you should have just told him that coochie is taken up for no, and your answer should be no, and shut it down. That's
I got
not
that
realistic.
pussy. You should tell him I got that pussy on lock.
Yeah,
Nigga, that's
because
my pussy.
no female is offended by most females are not offended by attention. You know what I mean? But so anyway, that gets misinterpreted as not caring. It's not true. It's trust. I trust that you're going to handle it. So then it becomes, when you do something to me, I do something back to you. And it's true. You push me into a point where you want to see how far that goes, and I can go far.
So how you saving me from me, but then you can sit there and say the same shit I was saying?
But no, what I'm saying is I can go far with my petty. See, I was just being vague. You said, so I'm not going to repeat what you said. You said, I just turned your dial down. Because I know how you go. See, I realize we both petty, but you be like, I'm breaking this knob, and I'm just going to break this knob. Right? See, my petty is more subtle. Like, I'll just be like, oh, so perfect example. If I say, good morning texts are usual for everybody, right? If you have a spouse, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, everybody out there in the universe, good morning is universal. Good morning is universal, right? You should tell everybody good morning, God bless, whatever you say, welcome, you're happy to be alive. Now, during the course of the day, hey, how's your day going? If I don't get that text, fam, I'm not texting you for the rest of the day.
That's petty.
I'm petty.
I like it.
And if it's past 12 o'clock and you've been awake, you're going to have some problems in your hand, boy.
Shit.
Why? You done fucked up, boy.
So I'm not worth a second of a text and saying good morning.
Because you know what the thing is, you can find conversation for whoever's around you. There's no way you didn't talk to nobody.
What if it came as good afternoon?
If you were sleeping, But if I know you, Mike, and you get up, in the morning, I know you get up early in the morning. I know you get up hella early in the morning. You are fucking annoying with a telephone. I'm gonna burn your phone out, right? But if if I see you on Instagram, I'm hot. If I call you and you don't answer, you on Instagram, I'm hot. That's why when you call me, you be like, yeah.
I know that. Now I know.
Because I got some, I got
to hide out on YouTube. They don't put the notifications.
I know Richie.
Stu got that too. I call him Stu. Would you be going YouTube? that shit too. Yeah. You see Beaker? Yeah. So that'll make me upset if I see that you find time to post and I'm just trying to tell you one thing. I don't want to conversate. I just want to tell you the cow jumped over the moon. And you're like, he could wait. Then you can wait. Then if you call me, I do it to my spouse all the time. If you want to play that game, I can.
I think. Oh, okay. Just for the record.
Fuck your phone.
Just for the record.
Hate your phone.
I know you said you're petty, right? But I think that is like a very, very high level of petty that maybe you should turn it off.
100%. 100%. You're 100% unequivocal. I need to go to that counseling that he's talking about.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just not ready to be fixed. I'm not. Sometimes you like the car making that sound.
You need to go to a petty triasis.
I watched a meme about this. This guy was like, "Why aren't you obsessed with me? Why are you not obsessed with me?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You're at work. I don't know when you take a break." And he was like, "No, you don't love me." Like I thought he was trying to be funny, and now hearing you say it, it's like, "Oh, you really feel away."
To get a text. I'm not saying I don't want to have an elongated thing. I'm just saying that you can't be living your best life.
You're too old for that, man.
No, I'm not.
When you leave out the door,
you said no, I'm not.
I chose you. I chose you.
No. What I'm saying is, when you grew up, you used to leave out the door and no one spoke to you for hours.
No, that's not true.
That's you.
That's you. We had those phones with the cards on them.
Yeah.
Well, I had a phone that was in color before y'all, so stop. Okay? My phone had a color screen before y'all, okay?
Okay. But my shit was tripping though.
Shit wasn't going on like that shit. That shit was going on. But no, you can't. I choose you as a friend, right? There's people who call you like, I choose Mike as a friend. Mike, you're my friend, right? If I call Mike, I'm not saying he got to pick up every time I call. But at some point, he got to be like, you do pick up.
Wait, hold on. I just thought about this. Since we talking about directly our friendship.
Yeah.
We talk 9 times a day, every fucking day.
No, I know. You do not answer your phone. You don't answer your phone.
And there'll be days where it'll be like 2-3 days where we don't speak to each other. And it'll be like a compiling of what we wanted to say.
I don't want to talk to you for long. I just want to say the cow jumped over the moon.
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
That sounds like a text.
That's it. That's a text. But that's the worst part. That's for you. Now we want to get specific. I'll text you. I'll text you.
See, he baited you right into his own shit.
Yeah. 2 days later. Oh, you said that? Nah, I ain't said that. But if you choose if you choose a spouse or something, how you doing? Because I know you, and if I see you on the gram, I see you on doing whatever. I'm sorry. You could send me a text. How you doing? Hey Stu, how you feeling today? I could be having the worst day ever.
Ose are 2 separate uses for the phone. All right, but go ahead.
How you doing?
Smashy.
How you doing? I wanna make love to this. No. All right, I'll go this way. Cause fuck you.
Sorry.
Leave that in there too. Don't bleep that out.
Fuck you.
No. Muck you. That's better?
Mukbang.
Yeah. No.
No. Bro, he's trying to clean it up, and he just.
I'm cleaning it up with his phone.
Oh, it is. But these guys are.
Don't say back around. Your search history is crazy. Yeah. You got offended by that.
Delete. Have you ever weaponized something to your own advantage?
Weaponize something to my own advantage?
Yes.
Swear to God.
You make people swear to God?
One person that I used to deal with would lie about nothing, but for a long time. And anytime that they were sincere about what they were saying, they would end with, blah, 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 blah. I swear to God. So anytime that I knew that they were extending a lie, I would let that shit go on for an hour and go, swear to God. And they go, no. So I had to use that in times. Most times I didn't give a shit. I just let you tell your lie.
Shame on that person.
Yeah, I'll let you tell your lie. But if I know your lie is dragging on so long that I have to get the truth out of you, then I will go, Swear to God? And there you go. Why I gotta swear to God? Now I know you bullshitting. So I would use that. The only other thing that I think that I weaponize is my first impression. I think that, again, in dealing with mostly...
Sounds clean as fuck on that first date, wasn't I?
Yeah, no, dealing with mostly relationships, you're interacting with somebody who's telling your story before you get to meet a lot of people. So they might be on the phone with their mother, might be on the phone with their sister. 4 out of 5 days, you're a great person. One day, you're a complete asshole. But if I know that on that first impression, when you finally meet me, you get to judge, I'm going to turn that shit up. I'm going to make sure you know who the hell I am as opposed to that one conversation you had about me. Mm-hmm. So I weaponize my first impression to make sure people always leave with saying, damn, Mike cool as shit. I like him. Oh, he was really like, y'all figure it out. Like, y'all probably doing whatever y'all doing, but y'all figure it out. He's a good dude. And that's that. But I weaponize my first impression because I know that people are really going to judge you based on who you show them you are the first time.
Mm-hmm. What you got for me, Stu? I like that.
I listen. I weaponize that. Because you always can tell somebody that, you know, inconsistencies in when they saying whatever they saying. Because they could tell you 1 minute they could say this, then the next minute they could say that. So I pretty much listen to people, especially like I have a good choice of character of people that I hang around with or I surround myself with. So, and that just comes with just sitting back and observing. I observe people real well. So, like, you know, we have conversations. I can be like, yo, I bet this is what happened. And then what we have, you have to call. There you go. So it's like I have that ability in me that I could just sit there and be like, nah, I know this. Nah, that ain't gonna fit for that person, or this going to happen right here. And it usually happens 9 times out of 10 is whatever I say happens. So it's just I use that to my advantage.
Stewie Llama, like the Dalai Lama.
You know, whatever you want to call me, brother, but I be knowing.
Constucious.
Constucious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like Constucious.
Yeah, ask the question, please.
From the top.
I'm going to text it to you, see if you answer. Have you ever weaponized
on the first color phone?
Yeah, on your first color phone, right?
Nobody was calling. That's not.
Yeah, always night till weekend. Hey, use my shit. Have you weaponized something? Yo, camera, catch that Stu's drinking chocolate milk right now. Catch that. Catch that. Catch that Stu.
Listen, I will show the brand because they ain't paid me yet, so I'm not gonna put the brand out there.
But
it does somebody
this
good.
Grown ass man is drinking chocolate milk.
Listen, you could never go out. How you get old enough to not drink chocolate milk?
It's bone dancing.
Back in school, you used to have the chocolate milk.
I'm saying, you gonna drink the regular milk?
You on your way home?
No.
Like, why would you take that kind of risk?
And he got leather pants too, so it's gonna be crazy in that car.
All cow.
Leather on top of leather.
Listen, don't blame me because y'all got a weak bladder and a weak immune system. You know, y'all digestive system can't hold nothing no more.
While y'all rest of y'all out here drinking alcohol, my man right here trying to get his bones tough.
I'm saying.
Cross the leather.
Stu keep his bones tough so he can put the world on his back. No,
I see. You see, this is what I was saying. You know, I got to make sure everything is certified for them in the future, right? So I got to take care of my body.
Yo, have you weaponized something to your own advantage?
Yeah, compliments. Complimenting people is dope. Like, you know, like, immediately, like, somebody will have an attitude about something, and you can change everything with a compliment. They could be mid-yelling, like, and who do you think you are? That's a nice pair of pants. You go, oh, these? Oh, I had these for like 7 years now. Oh, don't look like you bought them today. You sure it was... Oh, I just got these on set. Oh, so worth the tax. Oh, that was... Listen, you paid a discount. Ain't nothing better than getting a compliment and a discount. You see that? I said that before. These are statements that I say
I like it.
on a day-to-day basis. You weaponize compliments. It's a perfect tool. Perfect tool.
Yeah, you right up my alley. That's kind of an impression. You're leaving an impression on people by giving them compliments.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I've directly done it to, like, throw off an attitude. I know that I'm throwing off an attitude. Like, so, okay, my daughter has a way of ordering that's annoying because something else comes up, right? So the person who's receiving the order may have a bit of an attitude. So the second I pull up to the window, the very first thing I said was, that bun? Dope.
I like it.
Drop that attitude and tell him to hold a spit.
Yeah, word up. Cancel that one. Make another one. Make another one for him.
I drop her out there real quick. She go, so what you saying is, I go, oh, well, you better hurry up. Let's get there.
You said,
pull right up,
you said pickles twice, no pickles.
Yeah, exactly. So pull right up.
Yeah, cheeseburger, no cheese.
Earrings are dope. Oh, here's my card.
Shame on them for getting mad at the 5-year-old.
I want to know how your daughter get the cashier, whoever's taking the order mad.
Because stuff happens at the last second. Because she'll make sure that she reiterates something right at the end. And it's just like, it may be even contradictory to the whole thing. It may...
Let me get a cheeseburger with chicken.
Mm-hmm. And then right at the end, it go chicken nuggets. And you go, oh, okay.
Will that complete your order?
So you want the chicken nuggets and the double cheese? Okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. And then I gotta sort it out. That little adjustment. But anytime in any situation it works. But that is a time in which I know that it definitely works. Like
I like it.
Oh yeah, you good. I get anxiety at all that damn bright ass menus. I'm like, let me just get a cheeseburger and Sprite.
Nah, that shit was easy. Cause I already know what she wants. Chicken nuggets every time we go there. I mean, you gotta ask us. I ain't even gonna ask you because you're gonna give you too many options to decide.
My son left a bagel in the back of my car the other day. I wanted to smack the
bagel?
Yeah.
Left a bagel?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I thought he ate it. No, it was in my back seat with butter, with the hot butter.
He always does he eat
Let me
bagels?
tell you something.
Yeah,
You just got him a bagel.
No,
and
he was like,
expected
Daddy,
him to eat it.
No, he said, Daddy, I wanted a bagel. I bought him a bagel with butter. He was eating it, and then
He said, "Fuck it."
And then he had the bag. So when we got out the car, I'll get on this side. The bagel was the bare butt naked bagel was on my back seat.
You should have bought it.
And now I got the bag. I think I threw it out. Now I go back in. I get in the car later on. And it's like eat. I'm like, I was like butter in here. I was like, you really fucking bagel was just butt naked, sun tanning on the back of my fucking seat. 100-degree weather. I wanted to kill him, but I'm like,
that's why you don't let him eat in your car.
Every time.
I know.
Klein, that's where your bagel went.
Or you get
Yeah, my daughter make a mess every time. One time she had like an ice cream or something, right? Which means secure that. It's ice cream, right? And then I'll be driving and she go, Dad, why you driving like that? You made me spill my ice cream. I go, okay. Here we go again.
Can't be mad.
You gotta make a mess. You gotta make a mess.
It was on me. You did it.
She make a mess every time.
Y'all turned the smash and grab to making love. How?
You did it first.
I'm my bad. I miss y'all.
Welcome.
Have you weaponized something? Let me ask myself. Have you weaponized something to your own advantage? Yes. My memory. I have a photographic memory of conversations you have, things you say.
That is not true.
100%.
I don't even know if that's
See
possible.
what I'm saying?
Photographic memory of
Because
conversations.
I can remember that. Because I can remember us talking and me doing something. Like I can remember like. You wouldn't know because you don't answer the phone.
Remember?
gotcha.
Remember?
Gotcha.
Spike the ball. Spike the
You got
ball.
a great memory for sentiment. The sentiment around the thing.
Right. It's my time or is it his time? Whose time? Whose time is it? Right.
Ask
You got so
yourself
much to say, huh?
started
Yes,
shooting,
sir.
okay?
Right. So I remember. So I do.
Shootout time.
Right. So I remember the facts. All right. Facts are important. Facts are very
Gotta go
important. So I remember the facts, and my spouse hates it because I'll be like, well, in 2008, you did X, Y, Z, and like, really, you really? Yes, I will bring it up. So don't fuck with me because I will.
Remember the shit out of you.
Yep, I remember it. I know that.
Weaponize this noggin.
I do weaponize it. I weaponize it to my advantage because I'm like, you say some shit to me because nobody that I'm friends with or nobody that I'm in a relationship with can ever tell you I said something that was fucked up. Well, one person maybe could say something. I said something really fucked up. But I usually don't get pushed to that point to say something messed up. But you could be like, yo, you said this and it bothered me. You could say I said something interpret-wise that you might feel away, but I've never said something directly to somebody where I'm like, go F your mother or something like that.
Right.
Like, and that you can hold on to. So when you say shit to me, I just take it and put it in the little pocket that's on the side of the jeans right there. And then when they come out, I'm like, I never said nothing crazy to you, but you told me to go fuck my mother. My mother's dead. Look at you. Look, you talking about a dead lady.
Timestamp.
Talking about a dead lady. I didn't mean your actual mother, though. You said go fuck my mother. My mother is dead.
She said.
How about that? Yeah? So don't say it.
That bad.
How about that life? How about that life? I bring it up. Don't say it. That's why I don't argue with people. I try to argue with people because you say something that's hurtful. I hold on to it. Wait.
It seems like it's the protocol for arguments is to say something hurtful.
Not really.
I don't.
I'm very rare. I think I'm rare in that moment because people that you argue with, they don't have no problem.
Yeah.
It just comes right out. Like,
It depends.
oh, this is the moment.
Don't call me out my name.
Yeah.
Don't curse at me. None of that. You do all that. I'm holding on to it. And don't put it in the text. Because I'm ready to go back to July
Screenshot.
14th. I won't screenshot you because I'm not a screenshot person.
Scroll.
I'm not waiting.
Don't screenshot because I don't like people who screenshot that. So for all y'all people out there, I'm saying don't screenshot me. That's how you lose a friend. Don't screenshot me. I'm not with that. That's the serious face. They laughing. That's corruption, bro.
You said that's corruption?
I do not condone screenshot. That shit is lame. Don't screenshot. If it ain't a business screenshot, I got a rough time with that. It was stupid. Like, yo, just screenshot that shit to. Yo, you sure? It's business. But I remember, I'd be like, July 14th.
Yeah, he felt hurt about that. He got caught screenshot by somebody.
People be doing dirty. They'll screenshot some shit out of context. You talking about one thing and be like, Mike said go fuck your mother. It's like, no, that's not what he said.
Scroll up.
Scroll up.
What she say?
Yeah, so he said, look, he called me all these names. You called him 86 times and bust his windows out.
Yeah.
You only got a name call. All right.
He mad.
Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah. See, he's spicy today.
Oh, y'all gonna do the spice thing?
Yeah, he.
Oh, yeah, all right. So you gonna throw it out there? You gonna throw it out. I've been spicy all week to y'all. Y'all been calling me spicy, right?
Uncle Spice.
I'm the I'm supposed to do inside jokes in the outside, guys.
It's in the middle, in the median.
Yeah, that's a kind of.
Pay for steak.
No, watch.
It was on the call.
Everybody gonna be all right with 18 years. 18 years. All right. Don't throw stones. Cancel culture. I'm gonna go to the expert on this one. Yo, does cancel culture infringe on freedom of speech?
I'm not answering because you ain't said who.
I said the expert. Why'd you open your mouth? Let's start with you, Stu.
I laughed.
Because everybody looked away.
First letter is?
Nah, it does. I think cancel culture, like, we had our conversations before. I says when being factual is wrong, I think it does infringe on our freedom of speech. You know, so if you're going to say something that doesn't make sense or is false, then I can understand why you could be canceled. But if it's factual, it's hard to go against the facts. You know what I mean? So if it does that, then it's like, where do we stand in place nowadays when I can't be honest? Like, yo, you know, this is a glass table. And you be like, no, it ain't a glass table.
It's a wooden
The table's a wooden table. Who are you to say what it is? You know what I mean? So I was like, now we just playing around, you know, playing around in circles, and I don't like that.
As the West Indians say, you're playing the ass.
Yeah.
What you got, Mike? Does cancel culture infringe on our freedom of speech?
I don't think it infringes so much on freedom of speech, but I do think it infringes on your authenticity. Because you can still say what you want, but a lot of people, their association to, whether it be a brand, whether it be their job, their title, their family, their spouse, their association to something else is what keeps them from being truly authentic. If they feel, like he's saying, a certain way about a situation that they could present facts for, but if most of the world doesn't see it like that, they're going to withhold their tongue because they're afraid of how they're going to be received. So you see it all the time with celebrities in terms of cancel culture. You could be really great at one thing and make a comment or make commentary about a particular subject that has nothing to do with yourself. We saw it with LeBron in terms of shut up and dribble and all of that. Yeah. If you interject yourself somewhere and have an opinion that isn't directly associated with what you do, people are going to judge you. People are going to judge you, period. Whether it be on Twitter or X.
But see, that's the double standard
Instagram.
on that one, too, or especially with the LeBron, even though I don't agree with the shut up and dribble.
Agree with that either.
Right? But at the same time, doesn't that person have the right to say, if I'm a person who specializes in politics, do they not have the right to say nobody wants to hear what you have to say, sports guy? But
then it goes vice versa. Then who says we want to hear what they got to say?
No, right. No, that's what I'm saying. That's the freedom. That's what I said. That's the
now you're going on in circles and circles, and that's the whole thing about it. If a person has his personal opinion and he feels a certain way, and that's how he feels, okay, so what makes you better than this person for having
not better, but I could be like, your opinion is stupid.
You know what bothers me most about cancel culture is that most times it's tied to a person's, again, words, but it's generally on their personal page. If you're inviting somebody on a talk show and they say something defamatory and just wild and knowing that the entire public sphere is watching this network, granted, again, you knew coming in here that if you said something, it's going to be viewed by millions of people. In that same vein, whatever you're posting daily, if you got 100,000 followers, 100,000 people might see it. But again, those 100,000 people already know who you are and expect you to say what you're going to say. When it's taken out of context, or when it's somebody like, say, Donald Trump saying something inflammatory, we know that. We expect that. Shit, half the people probably voted for him because they knew that was his character. But if he's saying something that you disagree with, and now you want to essentially string him up and have him in a public square being drawn and quartered or whatever, he can't be his authentic self because everybody else's perception is going to associate him with their ideals.
I got something with that, right? So you just sit there and say on your personal page or your personal accounts or whatever the case, you're authentically you, right? So
You're supposed to be, yeah.
So now when you go to another platform, you're only there to be authentically you yourself. They're not inviting you to these other platforms to be somebody else. So what happens is when you go to these other platforms to be authentically you, and these platforms can't take the brunt or the burden of you being you, that's when it becomes a backlash. Because that's why the only reason why you there. They're not going to invite Donald Trump in and say, read the Bible, are they?
But sometimes they're inviting representatives. So you might be representing, say, an organization. You might be representing an organization, but you feel differently about it. One I could speak to, I think I did speak to this in another previous episode. When I worked at the arena, we had Pride Night pins. And one of my Caribbean staff members was adamant that they weren't supporting this. They didn't want to do that. But as a representative of the arena, this is what you have to do to represent work. You're not here to give your opinion.
Personal opinion, yeah. Right. Because you're representing the brand.
Exactly. So it's your association. If you can be your authentic self without fear of repercussion, that's one thing. But all the associations that most celebrities have is normally when we're talking about cancel culture, is what's going to keep them from being authentic because they have to represent other avenues.
You know what's funny? The Donald Trump thing you brought up, Styles P was actually on... He was on, I believe he was on Torre's page, and he spoke about like how he preferred Donald Trump as a president because he liked his authenticity.
Yeah.
Right. Contextually, he was saying he liked straightforwardness as opposed to backdoor racism, is what he was saying. Because he later explained this up, but then somebody, I don't know that person's name, so I don't want to misquote that person, may have taken whatever he said and just took that quote that he preferred Donald Trump, and then took it contextually out of it, and then it made it like a whole thing, like, oh, he supports a racist.
But see, the whole thing, what it was, right, when he went on that show and he talked about it, he said, listen, I like Donald Trump for his authenticity, right? Yeah. That's what he said.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. He's going to be who he is. I know who I'm dealing with. So when you get to these platforms and you get and these people invite you on, not saying that you work for them, right? Because you could be a regular person. They just want to have you come on their show because they like who you are. You have a cult following or whatever the case, a fan base, whatever. And they know who you are because they do their research. You're not there just to be there.
Yeah.
So when you go to these places and you say what you say, they know you're going to say that. But what happens is once it gets out, to the masses, whatever fan base they have that's bigger than your platform, and the majority of their platform doesn't like what you say, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah. But they're going to win either way. They're getting the clickbait.
Let me go to you, Beacon, before I start touching this up.
So,
does cancel culture infringe on our freedom of speech?
It does. It does. Because 9 times out of 10, same exact thing. Same vein. I built this. I built this home with this audience. Now I may be on your network. Let's just say okay, I'll go there. Okay, I'll say what we all want to say. Don Imus should have been fired. Okay, none of us who wanted Don Imus fired listen to Don Imus. Don Imus was talking to the people that he talked to. Now, are those people some people who may have a level of hatred towards black people? That may be true, but that's his box, in his box. Now, you have a right to fire me for whatever reason you choose, but I think firing people and canceling people because of what someone else who isn't your customer, those people who were mad at Rick Ross for saying what he said weren't Reebok people. They weren't people who I wear Reebok every day. This is egregious. That wasn't, the people wasn't that. That's the problem that I have with it. It's because
you're not even of the elk side of it. I get what you're saying.
Alter what happens inside, and that's a problem. Now, you could say, well, just build your own platform where you can say whatever you want to, But that's difficult. That's very, very difficult to do. There's a monopoly on a couple of places where you can get your voice out. So it kind of feels like those platforms should abide by, like, if you're not causing harm, you're not instigating bullying or whatever the case might be, but just saying certain things. Like, here's another thing. American comics say that I can say whatever I want to because I'm a comic. I've strapped comic to that yellow, that white bar that goes across the front. It says comic, and I get to say whatever I want to. But that's not true. The truth is, you're an American comic. An American comic means that you can say whatever you want to say. It's not just that you're a comic, it's the fact that you're an American. So the limitations or whatever thing that may be touchy in other countries are not touchy here, and we can joke about it, right? So I don't believe you being an American means that we have the freedom of speech, and it shouldn't just be afforded to our comics. It should be to the person who's just having a really horrible time at a fast food place, and they start saying wild random stuff, and then that gets back to their employer, and the employer says we can't be associated with someone who thinks that of this, and it goes, it starts a cycle. Because if it was just like, if cancel culture is just the way I cancel culture, which is, I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I don't wear those. I don't care. Like, if it was that, then it'll be fine. The problem is they want to hurt you for what you say.
It's a call to action.
Yeah.
It requires everybody else to do something.
I think that's what the fad has become.
That's what cancel culture is.
Yeah.
They're requiring everybody else to jump on board with their action. Whereas, like he said, for most of us, it's like, he said what? I don't listen to him anyway.
I will subscribe to what you said. Something that I didn't think about in whole, but like you said, if I'm, not to even bring up old stuff with the stuff with Ross, it's like us who listen to Ross, I still want to buy the Reeboks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't wear them, the person that's offended. It's almost like I said when Janet Jackson's titty came out during the Super Bowl. Anybody that was offended that her titty came out during the Super Bowl shouldn't have been watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because
everybody hit themselves and cause concussions and break arms and shoulder collarbones.
Yeah.
And now you worried about a breast?
Because all of us that missed it, well, not me, I didn't miss it. But I mean, I'm
put it live?
Yeah.
Oh no, I had to search for it the next day.
Yeah, but when you saw it, that's what I'm saying. Nobody was upset. Like, I mean, I wasn't upset. Maybe her parents or something. I don't know. Janet Jackson, you get to see Janet Jackson's boob on 5 for free.
Yeah,
on whatever channel it was on for free. You just saw Janet.
That was your crush from when you growing up.
Yo, as a kid, every person that was watching the Super Bowl.
I bet you was like, I knew it.
Knew it had a ring on it.
Exactly where I drew it. Look.
So I do think that the cancel culture does infringe on our freedom of speech, but I think that we have become blockade, like you said, with all of our different races, our genders, all our things. We've boxed out what everybody doesn't know, right? So I'll speak for, like, because I'm black, I can speak for black people. Sometimes. Right? So sometimes when we have things in our culture that another person may not be aware of, doesn't give them the right to disrespect it. I will start with that. It doesn't give you the right to disrespect it. But them not knowing something, right? And thinking they're being playful at times or saying something, whatever. Like, I've been in the park before, right? This is a true story. I was in the park one time, and this one kid, I was with my boy. My boy was white. We was in a white park in Williamsburg or whatever. I'm not saying a white park. It was a white community. We're playing basketball, and this white kid was, pass that ball in, and he was N-wording everybody. Everybody was an N-word. The Asian guy was an N-word. The cleaner was an N-word. I was an N-word. He was an N-word. I'm the best in this whole park, right? My boy that I'm with, he's like, we're in the park. He's offended. He's starting to get offended for me, right? And I'm like, I want him to stop saying it because it just sounds bad, but I'm not even, I'm just going to play basketball and bust his ass. I wasn't going to I wasn't calling to action. Yeah. We should shut this kid out the park. At some point, somebody addressed it.
Different.
Why?
Because I don't know. I don't suggest that people just start policing people's language, especially in person. because you know you could run risks, right? You definitely could get a small box cutter to your face. Because it sounds like you're impeaching upon what's the name.
No, right,
So
but I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that, but
No, never mind the action that he wanted. I'm just saying the fact that he was offended for me.
Because he
right, and I was like, and I'm like, all right, I'm not that I wasn't offended. I was annoyed that he was using the word more than somebody I know who used the N-word. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like you said, somebody outside of whatever the culture is more offended than the person that's inside of the culture. Yeah. And I think that we don't give each other a chance to be angry, like we spoke about earlier. We don't give each other a chance to be not knowing. We don't give each other a chance because it's almost like they tricked us to give you social media and say what you want, right? Speak your mind. But my mind must be fruitful and butterflies all day. Mm-hmm. And that's not realistic because you also said I can oppose the president, right? I can have an opposition to the president. Mm-hmm. I can have an opposition to the government. I can have an opposition. Again, I don't agree with kneeling during the national anthem, but at the same time, I can have an opposition to it. I do respect the right of people who decided to do it, but a bunch of people who probably didn't even watch the national anthem before the game is offended that people are kneeling in front of the... So then it causes the outside confusion of we're not watching this. I'm going to harm the sport because I'm confused about you just saying like you said. And then people, like you said, people have the right to say, I'm not watching the game. You do have that right. But now you realize you're not watching the game because one guy, 12 teams away, decides that he's protesting something. Or let's say 1,000 guys are protesting out of a league of 30,000 people. Where are we going? Why are you now? It comes like you said, like a circle of back and forth. You said something, then I'm offended by something you said because you're like, let it go, bro. If you're not invested, if you're not truly invested in the emotion, then why are you listening? And I do respect the people who are.
Because the answer to that question is because it's not enough who are directly affected. It's not enough Don Imus listeners who were offended to get him to change his behavior.
But the question is, who knew who Don Imus was before he said the N-word?
Like I said,
I'm talking about the ones who
it goes with that.
Because his stream doesn't just get his broadcast didn't just get uploaded to the world. Somebody shuffling through, looking for nappy head word highlights, found his clip and said, "Oh, this would be bad." It was probably somebody who was directly offended, but they were alone. They were alone. It was 7 of them. They were alone. They posted it.
Their parents could be offended. The people that's next to them could be offended.
That's a little different.
The reason why is because there's never enough people in that, like the Reebok people, the whoever people that we've already brought up, there's not enough of those people to be offended that can create the change.
But that's what I'm saying, but don't conjure fake change because fake change is we cancel Stewart, but did we stop the problem?
No. What I'm saying back in the day, you would have to write a letter and then someone would be like, "Hey, we received a letter and it said that this person said something offensive." And then they'll make a statement, or somebody will call up to the station and they'll make a statement.
But you know why things change like that? No more letters, because you got social media.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everything you can upload quick. So everybody could get
the independent. I was offended person. Put it out to social media. No one cares. But I want to listen to Don Imus. I just don't want him to say that phrase again. That phrase was horrible for me to hear.
When you put it out there,
so they go and they call their people and they come in and they go. You join in the fight, and then we spread this around, and then you share it, and then hopefully we'll get him to change his. Oh wait, y'all gonna fire him? Probably not the result.
I think sometimes it's a necessary evil. I just don't think that is always like perfect example. And I will say this for Don Imus, he probably been around long enough that the radio station or whoever it was like, nah, bro. Your risk is not worth the reward, right? It's almost like the Kaepernick situation, right? And I get it, he was iconic for whatever and whatever. But the NFL, they band together and say, your risk is not worth the reward, right? Because at the end of the day, you did your protest, you did whatever, but the revenue and stuff that they're probably losing, because who's the people that's putting money in these?
That's the thing. This situation is awkward because
you got sponsorships, and that's the thing too. And like you got to think about these sponsorships is like family name sponsors. Like Disney owns ESPN, so you got to be mindful of what you say on ESPN.
Yeah, he wasn't on his radio station. He has his radio station where he says shit like that, but he was calling the national championship game. So now you get millions of people who don't know. That's like having Howard Stern.
That's a variable I never even thought of.
That's like having
on his show.
No,
that's
it was
what
for
I
the
said.
national championship. That's why he's like, oh, these are some nappy-headed hoes. His listeners are probably like, oh, ha ha.
He said no. He said some nappy-headed hoes versus the some other shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Imagine Howard Stern. Imagine Howard Stern.
Somebody else's
Look, imagine Howard Stern calling the Super Bowl. He's gonna say some wild shit that America's not ready for. But all of his listeners are only watching the Super Bowl because it's him saying wild shit. So when you give Don Imus the platform, the association to speak to the country, now people heard you and they go, this is the shit he's promoting on his platform. Let's cancel his platform.
Only person I know this is gonna be unpopular, but the only person I'm iffy on should have been canceled was Donald Sterling, the Clippers owner.
No. Let's have that argument out loud if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't know where we at with time, but let's have that argument out loud.
I'm gonna make it quick. I said I don't know if he should have been canceled only because I feel like that was a private conversation that was taped.
It was.
And that part right there is what bothers me. I get it that if you say some shit out in public, you gotta, like y'all said before, you gotta say what you gotta say. People like, this is how you feel. But if you with your chick, you talking spicy sauce to her,
crazy,
and you saying whatever. I mean,
flabbergasting.
If you talk about what conversations, people have in private, I'm not and like I said about screenshotting, I'm not a big proponent on like having private conversations and having them public.
You're right.
If you eavesdropped on the conversation and y'all made it public, I just think that's wrong. I don't care who it is.
He spoke like that because he was comfortable knowing that she normally hears him talk like that. So he wouldn't have said that shit with the thought that, if she records it, I'm cool.
Doesn't mean that, and I get it, and doesn't mean that now that we heard it, we can't take it back.
And that's the thing.
I get it, but
that's it.
But I mean, Stu.
But listen,
you talk to me on the phone.
I do.
When you talk to me on that phone,
listen.
I don't think America ready for that, Stu.
6'10".
Yeah. 7'5" Stu talking on the phone. Yeah.
No, I'm saying this. When he says those things, he's the owner of African American players. So you gotta understand that too as well. So now you gotta think about the African American players when they hear him say those things, especially talking about a person that's a legend. You feel me?
I'm 100% wrong. I'm just I'm contexting. I'm putting it in the context. A private conversation should not be played out loud. I think there should be some sort of law about it. I don't think, unless it's criminal, unless you're doing something criminal and they want to, then you.
So what about the owner of Phoenix, though? They used to own the Phoenix Mercury and all that stuff like that.
Oh, he said something spicy too, right?
Yeah.
So was that a private conversation? I'm not familiar with it.
He said something about the females.
In the boardroom, so it's supposed to be private among.
No, that's different. If I'm having because like you can't even go to court with your wife, right? Like if your wife decides, hey, I want to take you to court and testify, she can't testify against you, right? If I'm talking to my shorty, that's like talking to yourself. And you talking spicy as fuck to her, and now she like, I'm gonna play this. That's crazy to me, bro. I mean, I'm against that kind of tape record. I'm against tape recording. Period. I don't like it.
Yeah,
unless it's a sex tape.
That was the snowball of let's get these cancellations going, and then that snowball went into. Can we listen into people's private conversation? And somebody said yes, and I go,
I don't like that.
Like
that was already wrong.
Trump on the bus.
Listen, that's what I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's the same thing. No. He said it was. That was whack. Yeah, that was whack. I'm not doing that.
What?
Even with him,
because that was locker room talk.
Yeah, even him smashing Stormy even him smashing Stormy Daniels. That was not my business.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't my business. But a hot mic is.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear that.
Hold on, but the mic that you're on is whatever network's mic, right? You're on their mic.
That's crazy though.
Well, what I'm saying is this.
That's like us going for break, and then you talking spicy, right? You talking spicy sauce. You say something crazy, and we like it belonged to 400. You quit the show next week, and then we like, well, let's play the spicy shit Yumika was saying while we was changing.
It'll be fucked up. But I would know that in this room, even in between sessions, we're not turning the mics off and then turning them back on.
Yes, we are. Now we are. If that's the game we playing. Let me move on.
Oh, he said, you ain't gonna catch me.
Nah.
You ain't gonna catch me. Not today.
Not until they buy that ring, you start talking about that pegging.
You like bullshit. Bullshit.
I sent you the picture of the meme. I said I'm saving pagan for marriage.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, that's
Because paganistic.
All right, let it go.
All right.
Pegasus.
Pegasus.
Pegasus. Let it go, Pegasus.
All right, real quick. Come on, guys. You're killing me today.
having a good
Not
time.
really.
You say you missed us.
Seymour.
Feed me, feed me all night long.
next
That
one.
was one of the greatest.
Little Shop of
Yeah,
Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors. Little
Yeah.
Shop. That
Rick
was
Moranis.
great. That was great.
Yeah.
I heard Michael Jackson is good. The Broadway show. I know.
He
I
always
heard it's
got
good.
Michael
I'm about to say, you know how many shows he done got? So
Shit,
people
bro.
The
do.
Broadway show.
the young boy.
What?
Shouldn't go to a show where that person wouldn't have wanted you to go.
No, I'm gonna send my dad. I'm gonna send my dad to it. That's fine.
Okay, you do that if you want to. I'm just telling you, you should be canceled for it.
Yeah.
That's how you say it.
I'm gonna make it quick. Can it be considered social bullying? Just quick. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It can be. There's the guy who the chick that he was totally wrong. Let me explain this entire story, but he was totally wrong. What happened was the CEO of Chick-fil-A said something that people didn't agree with, and
Call somebody chicken head. See what I did there?
Sunday chicken.
that's why I love you.
Say you want to open up on
All right,
Sundays.
so listen. So people decided that they were going to flood the drive-through. They were going to stack the drive-through and make sure that people couldn't order through the drive-through by putting themselves in there and
Protesting.
then asking for a cup of water. Chick-fil-A's nice people. They just got a bunch of cups ready, so they go to hand on water. And that person decided to ridicule the lady who was handing them the water and said a bunch of things that were mean. How could you work for such an establishment? But he was picking on a young lady who's just working a drive-thru. That man still can't find a job. He posted it because he thought he was on the right side of history.
Mm-hmm.
And then he now to this day...
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But
He
see,
still can't get a job, so it is definitely...
but see, that's it. See, and that's the thing too.
I really
if you
like this jacket.
if you gonna go out there and you're gonna
Nice.
criticize somebody, criticize the person, not the people that's employed, because these are employed. These not the people
Yeah.
who said what they said.
Yeah.
Be mad at the person who said it. Like, I'm just trying to get a job to feed my kids or my
Yeah.
family, or take care of whatever bills I gotta take care. For you to come out your way to sit in evidently you ain't have a job anyway. Cause you was sitting there in the drive-thru,
Like, Tommy, you ain't got no job.
You ain't got no job, and you asking for a cup of water, and you want to argue with a cashier or a person to bring you some food. That doesn't make sense to me, bro.
That's like
It doesn't.
It's like
But
it's like
should
me.
he be out of work? Now this happened.
He didn't have a job.
No, I'm just saying.
How you have a job if you gonna sit there all day at the drive-thru, ask for a cup of water? I gotta go to work. I'm just saying.
Still can't.
I'm not doing that. You could have did something better than that.
Bullying. I got his answer. Can it be considered social bullying?
Yeah, it could be social bullying.
What you got, Mike?
it could be talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, it's social bullying. It's social bullying. You're calling for action from people that aren't already engaged.
Okay.
Is it social
Is it
bullying?
social bullying?
Gonna keep making us ask some questions and shit like
Oh, you guys refer to me?
What you was listening to on the way
Yes.
over here?
Yes. It's bullying.
What
No,
do you
if like freedom of speech, I should be free to say what I say. Obviously, it comes with consequences, but it
Yeah,
shouldn't
right.
come with my livelihood.
Yeah.
In certain situations,
about to say,
if
be
you're
careful.
representative of a business, then yes. If I'm down the chain where nobody's gonna bump into me and find me, then I should be able to work at the store.
Cancel culture starts happening in advance now with, like, again, companies and these endorsements. If they are ahead of it and they know that your ass is about to get
Shane Gillis, right? Shane Gillis got hired and fired the same.
Well, you know, for me, when I was going for my job originally, they made me pull up my social media.
Yeah,
I had to go in the room, open up my social media.
yeah.
So
And they looking for like cups, red cups, and
oh, ain't
Blood,
nothing on
soda,
my ain't nothing on
illegal
mine.
shit, yeah.
Guns and butter.
Are you a good representative of this
That was a good
brand?
album too. That was Cameron and
Nah, I'm just mad. The dude really did that though. He want to sit there.
yeah. But I don't think he should be out of work. To
He
this
ain't
day,
you.
though.
You should hire him. He had
I don't
400.
think. I don't think he was out of work because of that. I just think he doesn't have no skills. So he just sat on the internet and he just wanted to say, hey, let's do something.
They're on the right side of history. Remember that he's fighting.
Go find his name. Let's get him up here.
Hold on. What he's trying to do is make a dent inside of the business that he feels violated his community or the community that he's adjacent to. Or that
Go get him.
Well, he wasn't doing too much to that community because he didn't have no job.
Yeah, he ain't working.
So he ain't contributing much.
Home Depot right now.
Yeah, go get him. Go get him.
You should have been trying to worry about a job instead of sitting here trying to ask a cup of water at Home Depot.
Misguided promotion.
Chick-fil-A.
You guys right now. You guys are doing. You misguided promoting this guy right now.
No,
misguided promotion.
I'm sorry.
Endorsing Blackface.
Here you go.
All right.
You try.
You see how I went there? You said I did that.
You was trying.
You saw I did that right before.
No, it wasn't reach, but it's okay though.
Go for it.
Give me one or more examples of negative stereotypes, labels we promote, and how you feel about it.
All right, so I posed this question to the group because I was taken aback. I was bothered by an endorsement that I heard on the radio and then seen advertisements for online. And this one was the Ice Spice Munchkin drink.
Like, damn, she in the mood.
At Dunkin'. So they're promoting the Munch song and Munchkins. Yeah, see? That shit is one of them. And then 2 years ago, I went to Popeyes, got some damn chicken, and they were all out of hot sauce, so they put some other shit in my bag. And I opened it, and I was like, can I have hot sauce? And she said, we don't have no more hot sauce. That's hottie sauce. It was Meg Thee Stallion's Hot Girl Hot Sauce that was supposed to come with the hottie meal.
It was real hot girl shit.
Real hot girl shit.
Yeah.
But
Hot girl shit.
that's the kind of shit that, one, I think is a negative promotion that we are willing to endorse because it's the flavor of the moment right now. It's cool to be a hot girl. It's cool to call grown-ass men munches or whatever. But these multi-million, billion-dollar corporations are willing to play on what I consider to be modern-day blackface. I think that's ignorant shit that they're promoting that they normally wouldn't do if they didn't know that there would be a cult following or a catch, a beehive or whatever you want to call it, behind it that would promote this ignorant shit behind them. Another thing that bothered me was like, The Bachelor was out. Bachelor came out for years and years on end. And instead of giving us a distinguished black gentleman that's a business owner and could be the bachelor of African-American women or whatever women want to date him, we got fucking Flavor of Love. And I Love New York.
That show was hard.
Yo.
No, but listen to what I'm saying, though.
Pioneer.
Listen to what I'm saying, though, is that the kind of shit that we promote and push as entertainment, to the rest of the world, that's our representation of what black culture is and what black people do.
I was supposed to edit out the part where she pooped on the floor in front of everybody?
Yeah, she did poop in one of the episodes.
That has nothing to do with what the fuck you're saying.
Oh yeah, but this is the side take to that, right? I give a little bit of pushback on that. Is that not our reality?
No. Flavor Flav, if he went outside right now, walked down the street, not one, let alone 20 women would be at his beck and call, like, oh my God,
that's not true. My nigga like 10 kids.
No, brother, trust me. No. I'm talking about women around the country flocking to, you understand.
I'm keeping it a buck.
You understand what I'm saying? That's not our reality.
He's still outside, bro.
That's not the reality.
Outside.
That's not the reality,
bro.
That's not the reality of black people, period.
That is, bro.
No, hold on.
Flavor Flav exemplifies what we would consider our equivalent of The Bachelor.
No. It does.
No.
Here's why it is. Because we have to work doubly as hard. Those people that's on The Bachelor, you never heard of them before. They got scrubbed histories and everything else. Everything about them is pristine and made up for that. In order to get a black person to do that type of show, they have to come with something else. He came with the cachet of being Flavor Flav.
Boy.
He had to add the other level in order to make it even.
He didn't have to have anything else. What the networks thought was that in order to have black people watch it, we need to have this spectacle. The same way that any black reality series, people are tuning in because they're hoping that there's going to be some drama and some goddamn fights. The Real Housewives of Orange County, we wasn't watching that shit. But the Real Housewives of Atlanta, loving hip hop, we're gonna tune in because we know there's gonna be some ignorant shit.
Orange Valley,
But it's true, though.
Valley or whatever didn't need to have a
But
cachet.
it's the promotion is what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. Even though they promoting it, you got to think about it. There's an audience for it. These
Of
people
course.
are doing their research to what people are entertained by. Nobody's going to be entertained by. It's unfortunate.
Are you gonna go buy hot girl sauce?
Yes.
No, you're not.
I'm not joking. I will. And I did too. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I will eat the ice. My munchkins. The shit.
But you know,
Cause you heat them shits up. The munchkins is delicious.
but I'm gonna say this, right? Let's be for real, right? She came out with the song, right? That was her song that may not be you to listen to, but a lot of Americans listen to it, and it was a hit, right?
Yeah, but is it a negative?
I don't think it's a negative. If she come out with a song already, she's marketing her song.
Yeah.
But
That's a marketing tool.
So every song is positive as long as you come out with it?
No. What
That's something you like. Not every rap song is positive.
there's no true endorsements that there's no pure endorsements, right? If you endorse anything, it's going to come with some sort of baggage.
That's like saying Nas got Hennessy, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol kills you, but I mean it's Hennessy. Black people drink Hennessy.
That's not
Responsible
that's
for way
not the
more
same
fist fights
shit that
than
we're talking
anything.
about.
No, how not? How so? I wouldn't.
You don't understand the association of munch. You know what a munch? There's no positive association to a munch.
Yes, it is.
Dude that eat the
Ate
punani.
it for lunch.
Eat it for lunch.
But you know what? That at the same time, I don't. Maybe them for them because we in our culture. Maybe for the big, overseas, they may not understand what the real word munch mean, right? So they may understand it, but they don't. And for them, they use it
She
as a
put
mark.
out the song as a negative
But I don't
connotation
think-
towards men.
Yeah, but I don't think.
I get the spin you're trying to go with. You're trying to say because she put the negative spin on it, like, oh, you're a lame because you just eat punani, right? That's what she.
That's what a munch is.
So you're saying that because she played off those words, it's a negative connotation towards men.
It's not her. It's Dunkin' Donuts. We know that her context of the song is to denigrate or downplay certain men.
I see what you're saying.
So you're saying like, oh, that shit is popular because it denigrates men, but it also has the same 5 words that we have in Munchkin. Mm-hmm. Let's take that and sell it back to them.
You deep.
Y'all cool?
You think
That's what it is.
deep.
That's what it is.
Deep.
That's
Deep. I like that.
That's why I said
Definitely said
this
it's
is blackface. This is blackface, but we're willing to sambo and jump it out because you are gonna pay me money. Oh shit! I'll dance on the table. I'll Bobby Schmurder this shit up.
Yeah, why not?
That's what I'm saying. Is like we're willing to do that. Literally at the same time by losing our self-respect. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't take my grandmother and be like, Grandma, you know what a munch is? Oh shit! Let's get the munch stick. That shit's embarrassing, but we're willing to promote it because it has ties into our culture. But it's a negative tie.
I can see where you're going with it. I'm gonna go out of turn. I'm gonna disagree because I think it's an opportunity of a girl who made a song.
Right.
Yes, I do agree with you. When you think
It's
that
not
deep,
nothing to do with her.
No. I get what you're saying. The business
Context. He's talking about
the context of it, and then Dunkin' Donuts took it and put the spin on it, and they made it positive or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like you said,
Hot girl shit.
Or like people got mad at Mary a few years ago when she did the when she sung about the chicken from
Popeyes.
and black people with chicken. You don't want that association, so she sung the song about chicken, so it played into that blackface as you said, but. We like Popeyes, and we're the consumer of Popeyes. And what's the name? Who wouldn't? I don't want to see Garth Brooks selling me Munchkins, right? I don't want to see Garth Brooks selling me Popeyes. I don't want him love the chicken from Popeyes. I don't want I might even sell Waylon, right? Because he be fucking with Dirk and them, and he got some good songs. With the Waylon dude,
I don't know.
the song he got the other track. He got 2 tracks with Lil Durk. But you accept him probably, but. You might even get away with Kid Rock, but then you get past that. What artist? If you're selling, if you're looking at from a financial standpoint, I'm just saying. I get what you're saying from a business standpoint. If I'm a corporation and I'm saying the bulk of my money is coming, if I own a Popeyes, I own a Dunkin' Donuts. The bulk of my money is coming from the African American community. What's popping in the African American community right now? Megan Thee Stallion is selling that WAP. She was whapping it up or everything, right?
That's in here too.
So now Hot Girl Summer and all that other stuff, and I get it. It could seem like, oh, we're talking about women's rights this way, but then you're selling WAP, right? So I get that, but at the same time, it's like, as black people, as black men, unfortunately, that's what I want to hear from Megan.
You wrote when you said that. I wrote it. WAP.
Yeah.
Wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
Is
That's what I wanna
considered the most empowering song for women by Rolling Stone and National Public Radio.
I hear you, but that's what I want to hear
yeah.
from her right now.
I'm saying,
Like, it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I like. In Pound Town, y'all laughed at me.
What bothers me is that there's been black music for years and years and years, but if you go to Billboard charts, the most dominant song in black history, the most most streamed song ever, is that shit. It's Wet Ass Pussy. And it's like, damn, you got all of these black artists that been crushing it for years just to get heard. And the shit that we're promoting, it was number one in I think like 33 different countries outside the US.
You know why? You know why? Because they like the song too. So
no, because that's a representation of what they think black people.
I don't think I don't think it's that. I just think the song is grab. One thing about music is it's universal, right?
I can't take that from them.
You can't take that?
I can't take that from them that people do think that about us.
Japanese
why do
girls
we care?
with faux dreads.
I don't think that. I don't think. I think it's.
Emulating
I just
us.
think that the music is something that transcends, and if it's a catchy hook and people could gravitate to it, everybody's gonna. It don't matter your culture.
You stop moving that chair's been killing me.
Or whatever the case may be. It's one of the.
He got that wab.
It's one of those songs that just really just transcend, and then people gravitate to it. It doesn't matter what it is. That's like saying if you go overseas and you listen to Wu-Tang, right? Is Wu-Tang is the only representation of us?
For some people, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But they
for
have
some
others-
of us, our Asian influence was watching karate flicks and going to the Chinese store,
That's
but we
why
never
we're
lived
so
around.
important.
Yeah, that's why representation is important.
You're not wrong, but I think you have to find the parallel that you made $1 million out of a young girl from the Bronx. Like that's.
The question,
Oh yeah, it's always going to be money involved.
I'm sorry. Give me one or more examples of negative stereotypes, labels we promote, and how you feel about it.
I never mind. That's not what I wanted to say.
Exactly.
Something else.
No, because when I read over the question, I really felt like I don't know in our community if you could say that, because there's a lot of things that go on in the community that I don't think we should be ashamed about. Like our lingo, I hear you. I do see like WAP, right? Like that's music that we want to hear. It's not something that we like, oh, let's turn that over.
That's what I'm saying. Like so we can't be mad at it.
Like when Pound Town came out, everybody laughed, right? And y'all was laughing at me.
You was in Vegas.
That shit is popping. And I could get that if it's 4 of us in this room, 1 out of 4 right now hate it, but I'm gonna tell you, that shit come on in the club, and that shit is popping. It gets the girls to dancing.
There's times for it.
All the time.
So about to say, how you turn the
Now
time
it's time
off?
for breakfast.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
could
That's
eat it for lunch.
that's the distinguishment. That this music is different. I don't need that shit with my donut. I don't need a wet ass pussy with my donut.
Well, you know,
But
you
see,
eat the wet ass pussy
you-
with your Popeyes. You get your munchkins with your munch. You eat the pussy with your. Excuse my
you
French.
eat
Ask the questions.
Mike is very upset.
No. I just don't think I understand.
But I get what you're
No,
saying.
we do understand that you're saying.
Give me one. That's what I said. Give me
Hold
one.
on. It's the reason that Bill Cosby didn't want. They wanted better for the black community, right? He wanted us to pull up our pants. He wanted us to do better. The representation, the show that he chose to cultivate was a show that was supposed to inspire and push us forward.
And that pick up your pants shit, on the back end of that was designers that were selling pants that had a fake waistband so it looked like you were sagging. That's the shit I'm talking about. It's like, damn, you're taking the worst parts of our culture and selling it back to us. So he was pissed off saying, pull your pants up. And they said, fuck that. We're going to sell pants that look like you're sagging, even when you wear them correctly.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of shit. Or like we was talking about before with the fucking ski mask. You're willing to brand that shit because you know that we're going to buy it. But at the same time, like you said, if you're walking up to me with a ski mask, I'm looking at you with the same perception of ski mask.
I'm going to throw it back at you, but you was like, well, what's the big deal if you want to wear a Balenciaga ski mask?
No, I said the same shit. I said they're selling it to us. They're selling it as something that is cool.
But then we're buying it.
Absolutely. But it's a
And
negative.
we're
I'm
lunch,
saying we're buying blackface.
We eating it for lunch.
We're buying blackface.
So
is
we
what
the
I'm
only
saying.
ones who buy the munch.
I didn't say we were the only. I'm saying we're promoting
He's
it.
just
I'm
saying
talking about
how
the
bad
business.
It is.
Business. Business is willing to capitalize on our
It is.
ignorance.
I think what I think is bad is I think sometimes as black people we create these things, right? Because like hip hop in itself, urban culture is created by us, right? American culture a lot of times. we don't really have a culture here, right? Our cultures are stemmed from.
Yes, we do.
I think a lot of our culture stems from like Africa or like Hispanic. We grab from those things, right?
No.
But here in America, we've had to rebrand ourselves as American.
Can I fight back against that, please?
I didn't finish my
hate that
statement.
phrase. I hate that phrase. The phrase that I'm
not even
not
finished.
the whole statement.
I just want to say my line.
All right.
Man, you better
Be in
answer
the
the first
munch.
question.
I think as Americans, sometimes as Black Americans, we have to fight to gain a culture sometimes. So we create different things. We create words like munch. We create all these things.
Because we're not connected to our ancestors.
Right, but then we have those things, and then all of a sudden when it becomes popular, then people get ashamed by it. And I'm like, why? All the time. We don't always have to be ashamed by everything we do. Like some things we make poppin'. Like we go, that's out. You know, if somebody say and you be like, oh, you talking to me. Why are you ashamed by that? Why are you ashamed that somebody be like, yo, come on, yo, boy is a munch?
Look, is cool, but if we go on the red carpet for the Grammys and you're giving a interview to somebody on the carpet and I walk behind you and go,
I would be like, that's Mike, that's my man.
Nah, but at the same time, the rest of Black
on the
people
red
be like,
carpet.
oh, that's not the top. Sukihana on the carpet doing her shaking that. We know who Sukihana is and who she's going to be, but at the same time, who said it? Delicious, right? It was like, damn, you too pretty to be down there on the floor, and it was, what she say, outside shoes was on that car. But what she's really saying is, girl, pick yourself up because you're representing everybody else too.
And
But again,
teaching.
That's the thing. You bring these people on these platforms knowing who they are, and you expect them to be something other than that, then that's only shame on you. Because you can't expect, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. We haven't affinity. It's not like we're going away from it. It's not like we're growing as a culture and saying, no, I'm not saying I grow. We're not growing in the direction where we're trying to shun out all the, what's the name? We're creating more terms. We're creating we're creating new things. So it's okay. So this is what I'm saying. And I'm just throwing this out there. We'll see Kid Cudi put on a dress and everybody will say, oh, that's culturally accepted. But then all of a sudden, if somebody sags his pants, then you're being ghetto and that's wrong.
Yeah, like he was saying, I'm not ashamed of Sukihana, and I'm not saying that we don't know who she is when she gets there. What I'm saying is you invited her because you know that's what she's going to do as representation. Mm-hmm. You know she's going to bring that brand of her, whatever that looks like. But at the same time, I'm not mad at her. I'm mad because your organization that's supposed to be exemplified and upstanding, you're willing to put that shit out there.
But who made it hot though?
I got one better for you though. I got one better for you. I think that Black people, we have gotten to the point where we're saying, oh, that person can't be there. Well, we have Jay-Z, right? We have Nas now. We have DJ Khaled. He doesn't carry himself that. We have Pharrell. We have so many Black people that carry themselves. We have Michelle Obama. There's plenty. There's Barack Obama. There's people that carry themselves in a prestigious way that you could choose from. Now, you're saying that it's a represent. Touré. You have people that you can represent. Abon. We just Googled Abon the other day. Yeah. Abon is somebody, he is somebody who doesn't carry himself in a ratchet way. He carries himself professional and all this stuff. So this is the I get what you're saying, that the corporations are pushing the
I'm saying the corporations couldn't sell that to any of those people you name. They couldn't tell Jay-Z to put up.
Because he didn't make the song much. That's the.
I'm saying another association. If he talks about hustling and all that shit, Jay-Z is not going to endorse the Hustler Shake at Dunkin' Donuts. He's not going to introduce.
You're right.
The Coke. The Coke in a smile and talk about cocaine. Like he's not going to put that shit out there.
But there's a pocket, Mike. That's what I'm saying. There's different Black people.
I understand.
There's prestigious Black people. Like, as the same thing with white people, right? There's a white person who will endorse some white shit, some random stereotypical white shit, and there's white people on a certain level that's like, they're above that. They'll wear a suit and tie and they won't do that. But that doesn't mean that that's reducing their culture anymore, because he goes, oh, I'm going to reduce the pickup truck because we think that all white people drive pickup trucks. Some other white guy be like, you'll never catch me fucking dead in a pickup truck. I'm only driving Porsches and Ferraris and shit. But then you have wailing like, or some country singer doing a pickup truck or some shit that we think is country. I don't know that much about like certain things that are stereotypes for white people, but they have their things. We have our things. We can't be ashamed of the people, because when Ice Spice gets older, right? When she gets to a certain point, she probably won't. Like if you see Nicki Minaj, a lot of times Nicki Minaj has grown so much, she puts her name, or Rihanna. They put their name on things that on, but they also grown in the culture so much that they could say no to what that $1 million because there's 5 million waiting. If I'm Ice Spice, I'm not saying no to Munchkins.
Again, it's not Ice Spice.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
No.
The offer itself, right? Because you're saying they're doing it, so we should say no, right? Like, because they're producing blackface. Sometimes you gotta do the chitlin circuit. You gotta do bullshit. You gotta show up on bullshit shows. You gotta have bullshit conversations. You gotta have a dude with a microphone talking to you in the alleyway. Sometimes fucking whatever, doing whatever just because. And then now you say, I don't do that. I only do the Breakfast Club. Now I only do whatever. That's how you're
saying evolution.
Yeah, it's evolution, but you gotta let people evolve. You can't. She's not gonna start at Tiffany's.
No, but you don't start at blackface either, though.
You could.
No. But sometimes it's not.
Because nobody's boycotting Popeyes.
What I'm saying is this: it's not even.
You just said you was eating it.
Yeah, not hot girl sauce. I've been eating chicken for the last 20 years.
So
from
what's the
Popeyes.
difference between the hot sauce and the hot girl sauce?
They're selling that image. That's
That
what
she
I'm
got a
saying.
percentage of-
I didn't
she
eat. Listen, I've been eating Popeye's chicken with no problem for 20 years. If you didn't come up with hot meals and hot girl sauce, I'm still gonna eat Popeyes. That's what I'm saying. Is you didn't have to sell me that shit.
Would you
and
be
you don't
that
have to sell that to black people. Is what I'm saying.
Would you be that offended if it was Hot Wheels sauce?
Hot Wheels sauce?
Yeah.
There's no negative connotation to Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Now, if it was
right.
you taking, let's say, the fucking backwoods of West Virginia, and you're putting Hicks on sticks at Home Depot, they'd be like, nah, we're not doing that shit. That doesn't. Why would you promote that? That's what I'm saying. And it doesn't have to do with the people. I'm talking about the businesses and corporation. And y'all are saying like, yo, you're the chitlin circuit and blackface is okay to start with a certain group.
We crap all over our stuff. Like, you know what I think that
The song itself is talking about.
I'm not talking about the song.
I know what you're saying, but I'm telling you right now, you can't evolve. You can't say like there's an evolution to a song.
I'm saying there's no comparison and no context. Munch talking about a man eating you know what has nothing to do with donuts.
It's
at
as
all.
ignorant as you're gonna get, so why not be as ignorant and make money for it?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
agreeing
what
with
I'm
you.
saying.
The song itself is not like a song where it's like she said some shit that was like, yo, it was illogical. I put a munchkin on a dude. It's not like that. And you like, oh, I'm gonna play off that. You took Nas and you put Nas on Munchkin. She said like, damn, she in the mood. Like, damn, she in the mood. And now you got mood perfume. Yeah, or she eat it for lunch. And now you got to eat it for lunch thing. It's like her song is good, it's catchy, but it's as ignorant as possibly could be. And then now you have a drink that's as ignorant as possible to go with. For lack of a better term, I'm not saying her song is ignorant, but I'm just saying like her song is not some fucking deep rooted song that we're like, oh, you're taking some shit that's gonna go in the Smithsonian. And or she's not gonna have the Jay-Z library downtown where we read an Ice Spice, eat it for lunch, munch, and then whatever. So it's parallel to what she's selling. She's selling young people shit. And young people are eating that shit. So it's a parallel to them. I get that you're calling it blackface, but it's a parallel.
And she get money for it. So this is the problem.
Shout out to Ice Spice.
Eat it for lunch.
Come on the show.
So, yeah.
Only if you're in the mood. Like, damn, she in the mood.
But I think that we crap on a lot of our things. Like, it is uniquely ours. Like, if I was to think of the most uniquely white thing to do, it would probably be the dry bar, right? The dry bar is where you go and all they do is blow you. After you wash your hair, we don't do nothing. We don't cut, no nothing. We just dry it and that's the end of it. That is something that primarily, very much likely, only white people could do. And nobody craps on that. Nobody has anything negative to say about that service, no nothing. But when it's something that's exclusively black, we have a tendency to crap on it, like sagging our pants. Or like Newport cigarettes. Newport cigarettes are not the worst cigarette in the world, but they'll tell you that they need to stop the sale of just that one brand. In the midst of a 1,000 different cigarettes, 1,000 different blends, and all kinds of whatevers, you could add some flavor, you could squeeze a flavor pack that will give you a different flavor mid-cigarette. And that's fine. But Newport's, because it's inherently a blackly predominated thing, it has to be shut down. Hennessy, can't serve it here. We can't do black things, and black things are worth celebrating. If we gravitated towards it, it may not be cool for all of y'all, but it's cool for us. sagging of the pants is us. The N word is us. And the truth is, a lot of people would like to do those things. A lot of people would love to smoke a cigarette with a yellow butt as opposed to a white one. Because the white butts are horrible, let's be honest.
I don't know. I don't smoke cigarettes.
I know. Let's be honest. I'm just saying, we crap all over our stuff, and I think that...
That's what I'm saying, too. That's what I'm saying.
Like I keep saying, we can't be mad at something that we created that was hot, and then all of a sudden, when it get use it to a cross-platform with something else, why would we do that? We created that, and we made it hot, and we made something relevant, and now when she gets to make some money marketing it on something else, now, why would you go over there and do that?
It's blackface to me. We created singing and dancing, but
so was it blackface before she did the Dunkin' Donuts?
It became blackface when she did Dunkin' Donuts.
So what was the problem before then? If it was had a
I didn't say it was a problem. I'm just saying it was a song that had a negative stereotype. It's okay that you listen to it. I'm personally not going to listen to it. I don't care. But other people do listening to it.
So and that goes back to what we said before.
It becomes blackface when you combine it with something that has nothing to do. So you're only putting it in your store because it's selling. It's selling something that
it's selling me.
It's selling something that has a negative connotation. There's no connotation where you can literally tell me that munch is a good thing. I know it's shit's funny to say right now, but it's not. If a white lady walks in the store and goes, "Oh, what's the new munchkin drink? What's that about?" If you have to explain that shit to her, it's embarrassing for you to sit there and go, "Oh, well, there's this little rapper girl and she talks about the guys that eat pussy, ma'am." You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think they're going to go into that detail with it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They're not going into that detail.
It goes back to what I said to you before. You
think if that detail was at the prevalence of someone's mind?
The marketing team, yes.
No. Do you think that that word munch, if it was on anybody's mind, that it could be explained at the register to an old white lady, that they would go along with it?
That's not happening.
The proof of that is you would say it would be embarrassing. That person would probably be so offended that they would have to take back the entire campaign. So getting into business with them has
That's
nothing
my
to do
point.
with...
That's my point, is that you don't have to sell it to that old white lady because she doesn't know what the context is. But if you say, well, he just said it.
Yeah.
He just said it.
I'm saying, says you.
She doesn't know the context, which is
Most
fine.
old white ladies are not listening to Ice Spice. We don't have to mince words over that shit. That's
I
given.
don't know, man.
All right, well, go ahead. Go to the next one, because that don't make sense.
The day that
you know
we
that.
all found out about Esmeralda Spalding, you remember that day when she won that Grammy and everybody's like, who beat what? Whatever the case might be.
Who that is.
Okay, see, you still don't. Because she's an amazing, beautiful artist that no one listens to. So if she has a beautiful song named Munchkins, and she's talking about directly the Munchkins, we don't care, and we're not buying it. I don't care if it's a black person who's prestigious. If she comes up with the Munchkins theme song, we don't care. So the point is, she's not a viable candidate for how we're going to get our business to the next level. Who is Ice Spice, Ice, Munchkins? Sounds good to me. Look like we're going to make a lot of money.
Yep.
That's all they're thinking.
Yep. And Ice Spice is thinking, yep, I'm a percentage. Yep, I'm taking it. And I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you, but when you run into it, when you dive into your blackness, you get what you get.
All right, so just give me an example.
Can you give me an example to promote? Can you name an example that promotes us positively as a whole?
No, the first one. You got to answer.
Oh, no, I don't. I honestly don't. I don't think that in this day and age with social media, I personally don't feel like when you gave we spoke about this, I don't feel like those things are like
negative representations?
No, because I feel like when people say stuff like, "Oh, you say Popeyes and we eat Popeyes," like that's like I told you, like I'm not gonna not eat Popeyes because if Maya or somebody gets on there and starts dancing and starts talking about chicken, she may look like a fool in the moment, if she does it because it's just funny. But if she doesn't, it's not gonna stop me from ordering the spicy chicken sandwich. I just think that I think I'm past. I understand that people now know how to market things. I'm past looking at things to quote unquote be ashamed about. Like if a white lady's like you said, if she was like, "Oh, what is the Ice Spice?" It's a young rapper girl. She has a song about munch, whatever.
See, I'm different. I'm the nigga that's going to tell the young boy to pull his pants up.
I'm not going to say to her, "Miss, this is because I'm not going to explain it to her like if a white lady stopped me and I'm not going to say, "Miss, this is a song about a young African American girl who's talking about guys who only eat vagina." I'm not going to say that to the song. I'm saying she's a young rapper got a song about munchkins.
All you gonna say is this the new special. All they gonna say is this the new special. This the new special we got.
Yeah.
From Ice Spice.
And first of all, most of the people that work at Dunkin' Donuts probably don't.
And
that's what I'm saying. That's literally my point. That's my point. That's literally my point.
It has no association to donuts. But only to
even
hip-hop culture.
Even if it directly did, most of the people that work at Dunkin' Donuts don't know hip-hop.
And they already got a menu for it, and they just put a name to it. So it's like, what is you really missing? They gonna order the same shit anyway.
Yeah, I think they have the
fastest way to kill anything that we like is to have white people like it. So if it does sell as much as you do, as much as everybody else
like hip-hop and that shit been
don't worry, once you be out of our vernacular in a second.
I like this. I like the song. I like the idea. I like Ice Spice doing it. I like when they have the little specials. What do you call the sweet tea? Some shit like that.
That's just her name, so that don't bother me.
And shout out to
shout
out to Dunkin'
That's
Donuts.
just her name. It's not negative. It's just her name.
Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts for making that association because I wouldn't have known where to put those holes otherwise. Now I know.
Yeah.
Put holes.
All right. This is the last question of the day, guys. Can you name me an example that promotes us positively as a whole?
Say that again?
Yeah,
Can you name an example that promotes us positively as a whole? African American people.
Yes.
400.
No, so
like that.
he just met him the other day. Earn Your Leisure podcast. The Earn Your Leisure podcast exemplifies what I think would be positive promotion for us because they continuously exhibit black people in a great light, meaning that they're talking to business owners, they're asking questions that are trying to promote the value in black business, financial literacy, business advocation for us as a whole. But again, their idea is to bring us, our groups, together with the intention of making us better and not selling us some bullshit.
Stu, got it. Catch up by day.
See, he took my my answer. I was going to say that because I took the picture for him.
I told you outside already. I already told
you. Stu, you gotta stop telling us your stuff.
I know. I'm gonna stop.
That's my topic.
Stop. I'm definitely gonna stop. But no, like you said, it's just that's a podcast that, and there's other podcasts out there I really can't come off the top of the head, but that are talking about in a positive. Even Lady she talks about certain things as far as the black man mental, and she just talked about to other people in the community that are doing things positive. So it's a lot of other things that we could use, we could draw from that's going to give you positivity, and it's us in the black, and us as black people in a good light. So it's things out there for us. I don't think we should always just. That's just a pocket. It's pockets for everything for us, and I don't think just because this pocket right now just shining a little bit brighter than this pocket that people just only see that pocket, and we should never get caught up in that.
Pockets.
Yeah. So I love us.
Be positive.
Huh?
Say who's us? Say my name.
Black people. Oh. I love black people. I think that a lot of things that we do are positive. I think that 400 being an introspective show where we don't typically shout out other people and other names is a great example of the importance of just talking about what is us and what is positive. So I like that radiating out into the world. And I think people will gravitate towards what they gravitate towards. And people will grow out of things that they grow out of. And that too. But I don't I like us. I don't see too many things that don't need promotion. I think every last aspect of us need promotion. I think black people, we need to be promoted in every way possible.
Like we got even Fenty with Rihanna, that whole brand right there.
That get you some sexy underwear.
Nah, no,
that's
whoa.
Fenty.
Can we do this?
Is that for just black people?
I saw I saw a big man.
I don't think you should just have stuff for.
I saw a big man on my Instagram ad for 50 Savage. And when I clicked on it, his drawers had no back. And I don't know if
you know what that's for. You know what that's for? When you're wedding, when you get that ring, when they put that ring on, yeah.
For that munch.
Nah, that's when you get that
for lunch.
When you become paganistic, waiting for that wedding.
Alright, come on. Pick one.
Can you name an example that promotes us positively as a whole?
That's black folk.
I'm gonna steal. You know what? I'm gonna say I born the other day, me to him. I feel like his energy was was like that. I feel like his energy, his rap. I mean, not diving into what the new rappers sound like. No offense to them, because I like the rap too. But I think that his whole energy, his aura, even him talking to us off camera, just talking about health and talking about stuff like that, just his vibe.
Let me get the right name. Yeah, keep talking.
Just his vibe, the food shit. Obviously, talking about the food. I said food shit, but you know what I mean. The food.
How to live. Something.
I think that type of. I think those are the type of examples you need when you're talking about what helps us as a community. So I put that in the same vein when you're talking about rap.
City Fest. It shows that there is a turn, right? Because, like I said, I do believe there's a turn of not so negative things being promoted. Osborne performed at City Fest, and everybody seems to have been there for him. The entire City Fest is just like a stage name for Osborne's performing. And he don't have the subject matter that we would deem irresponsible or anything like that. Like the people that he brought out, the type of representation that he brought out was some brothers from the Fruit of Islam, right?
Yeah.
And they performed as well. They had a little moment.
Yeah.
Woo, right? I'm just saying, promoting other things, you can do it. You got to be the man that makes the change, right? So.
Yeah. But I also still an ignorant stance too. I don't think at this point in our community, I think it has to go back to that stereotype thing that we have, or what's something that holds us back. I think thinking that mindset that this is not going to move us forward. I think being involved in everything will move the entire culture forward.
And I think sometimes you just gotta get your foot in the door. And once you get your foot in the door, then you can be able to create the change. And then once you're in it, now you can evolve. And I think a lot of times when people, artists or whoever comes in, you can't come in blazing like, I'm this and I'm this. You can't, because sometimes they're not going to let you in. So once you come in, you build those relationships and you build that cachet.
Look at the locks. Yeah. They came in with the shiny suits and stuff. That's not who
they were.
Who they wound up being, but that's how we accepted them at first, and we just loved that. In that moment, we loved that thing about them. But honestly speaking, later on in life, I don't want to see. Obviously, I don't want to see that. I didn't want to see that from them when they became like D Block and all that other stuff. But that was something that sometimes you gotta get your foot in the door, like you said. If you gotta put a moon shoot on and spin around in a circle or shiny whatever.
Bobby dancing on the table.
Bobby dancing on the table.
Cringe.
You gotta do that?
Cringe.
For him?
For him? We gotta do that.
What you mean?
No, but it goes back to
Bobby
this.
Shmurda dancing on the table.
I think that was just showing his energy. I don't think he was just dancing on the table just to be dancing on the table.
That's a bad look.
It's a bad look because I don't think that they're gonna take you serious moving forward from there.
And so is Dame Stoneman inside the same exact room on that same exact table and yelling and screaming about, you think you gonna have a business without me? People didn't think, oh, that's a guy I want to do business with. They thought he was a problem.
Well, what I'm saying is getting your foot in the door. I mean, I'm not talking about the end. I'm not talking about what people do, like you say, Bobby did at the end. Doing certain things to get yourself into a certain financial space, as long as it doesn't compromise your personal something, right? As long as you don't sacrifice whatever is personal to you. Like you said, I wouldn't listen to that song, or you wouldn't do that. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. But if it doesn't,
if she was health conscious, then it'd be different.
Yeah, if she was a vegan and she was like, I wouldn't eat no damn munches, then I'd be like, now you fucking up because now you just selling bullshit to people to be selling. Or Megan like, wouldn't eat Popeyes. I'm pretty sure Megan eat Popeyes, but that wagon she
I'm cool with endorsing as long as it's got association. So if Arnold Schwarzenegger is selling me pre-workout powder or protein shakes,
or steroids,
cool. But if you got him selling me fucking do-rags or something stupid like that, no.
I want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger to do-rag. Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you listening, put a do-rag on. And
I don't want no AI version of that. I want the authentic him in a do-rag. That does sound like a good idea.
How do I look?
I'm going to the job box.
4 for 100 do-rag on.